Welcome back, all you beautiful adventurers of the Orphan Guild. It is I, your host, the D&D Orphan, back with another episode of Whispers from the Abyss. Our Sunday group has gathered after finally defeating the Kingpin, Lord of the Inbred Dragons, or his true title, False Lord of the Inbred Dragons, as his brother Gorb was the true Lord of the Inbred Dragons. With that, I will introduce our players before I give a quick summary. Actually, today I'm going to let one of the players give a brief summary as to what happened last session. So, that being the case, as always, at the very top, we have the amazing Atlin.
Hi guys, I'm Atlas. I play Atlin, the Wood Elf Blood Moon Cleric.
From there, we have the great Godak.
Yep. This is Clark, and I play Godak, the wildfire druid turtle.
We always have the enamorous Emmy.
Hello, I am Kareem. I play Emmy, the high elf College of Glamour Bard.
And last but certainly not least, we have the vicious Vadagar.
Hi, I'm Twisted. I play Vadagar, the Dwarven Stone Sorcerer.
And with that being the case, who would like to earn inspiration by giving today's recap? The last person to do it was Vadagar, so I'm going to say if someone else would like to do it before Vadagar attempts to do it, who would like to do it?
I mean, I could attempt.
Does anyone else?
Last,
Just before you do, just want to make sure. Does anyone
yeah.
else? Nope. All right, good. No one else spoke.
Okay. Well, what did we do last session? We finished up a fight. We had the Kingpin as a sleeping ferret before we gathered around our parties with the big boss. I forget his name now. It's super
Gorb.
funny. Gorb, yeah, with Gorb, exactly. Thank you. With Gorb, we had made a temporary alliance with, and then we bunched up and we were made ourselves ready to fight the Kingpin, and we absolutely smashed him. And in the end, after a couple rounds of combat, we got we all individually entered his mental realm, and over the course of our turns, used our different class features to and our different magic to eventually defeat him with what I call the power of friendship. And
Indeed.
we obtained these sparks of power. Was there anything important I missed?
I mean, there's someone,
Just the guy who died.
someone sitting on your shoulder, and yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
guy who
true.
died.
Yeah, we did have a NPC death from Straw because I had a small brain moment and transform and polymorphed with the effects of true polymorph the Kingpin into a ferret as his soul disappeared and his body was polymorphed. So we sadly couldn't retrieve the body of Straw that got eaten uh, by the Kingpin.
Yes. To wrap up, to clear a few things up, Emmy was speaking
Yeah.
about as the players entered the Kingpin's mental realm, starting with Vadagar, they began to essentially create what I called their Rainbow Erd tree. Vadagar creating the very beginning a giant golden column of light bathed with orange hellfire shoots out from his shield into the sky, creating these branches of energy shooting throughout the lands within the Kingpin's mental realm, destroying this world that he had built in his imagination, where he ruled with an iron fist. But it was not enough, so every player, after one by one, began to enter the realm. After Vadagar was Godak, who then entered the realm, seeing that the Kingpin was about to attack the remnants, the echo of Vadagar's magic, still lingering, destroying his mental realm. Godak creating this torrent of electrical energy, creating a vortex, a tornado surrounding the Kingpin's draconic form, locking him in place and adding on to the Erd tree of energy, creating golden streaks of lightning bursting out across the branches. After Godak then entered Nessa, who saw that the who saw that the Kingpin was beginning to escape the torrent of electrical energy and storm, and seeing him attempt to escape that, she pulled out her own shield, an eye opening on the cap, and a frost beam just ejecting, shooting forward like a continuing beam of key energy, like a kamehameha of just pure ice, adding on to Godak's electrical torrent of energy, creating icicles that just begin to pelt and stab into the Kingpin, locking him further in place, also adding her electrical energy to the torrent, siphoning into the giant Erd tree that Vadagar had created, causing storms of ice begin to fall down onto the lands that the Kingpin claimed as his own, causing even more destruction of his mental realm. Then followed by Vadagar, or not Vadagar, by Atlan, who entered, seeing the Kingpin still trying to drag himself out of this torrent of electricity and ice. He said, no, 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 and flying straight in with no hesitation for his own life, he was luckily noticed by the magic of Godak and of Nessa and identified as an ally, and an opening just perfectly cleared the way for him to enter the torrent, the tornado, and from the top he then created his own key blast of energy, just a blood beam just falling down like a waterfall onto the Kingpin, trying to crawl his way out, just being pelted harder and harder, bones breaking, scales just decaying, falling off, the blood beginning to siphon and swirl into the vortex, being added onto the Erd tree, then causing blood falls and rains to land onto the lands, as well as ice and lightning. And last but certainly not least, Emmy would then enter the realm, seeing the Kingpin still attempting to pull himself from that storm. She would put up a finger, wiggling her little paw, no, 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 as she would then strum on her no, you don't use a guitar, you use, what do you use, a flute? Emmy.
Yeah, I use
Flute.
mainly flutes.
Yeah, flute. So Emmy then began to play magic from her flute, polymorphing the Kingpin into a wee little ferret. And as this happened, the ferret's body beginning to be pelted with all of this energy, and the enchanting energy beginning to swirl into the vortex as well, being added to the Erd tree of friendship. The Kingpin was then locked in form, stuck permanently as a ferret, as his soul was shattered and destroyed, his mental realm collapsing, everything being claimed back to the earth, as he then would find himself in the real world, just stopping dead in his tracks, shrinking into a ferret and dying. Except for in his death, a new creature would be born as a genuine little ferret. Emmy would then go and call it her own pet. And that is not even where we left off, as at the very, very end, after all this happened, a little goblin would come running in, right past Emmy, surprising her, jumping onto the couch all the way to the top of it, and looking at everyone, saying, "Oh, oh, you freeze him! You freeze me! The Masters is dead!" And that is where we left off. But regardless or not, Emmy, you did a very good job. So Emmy, go ahead and take inspiration. All right, and this is regular inspiration, not my fire
Yeah.
die or anything. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
With
I
that,
assumed.
let's also get
And
another.
with
Let's look at another glaring thing out of the way for everyone watching the recording and the streams. You probably noticed this new wonderful overlay. If you've watched my Saturday session, you would have also seen it there, but a little bit different. I've got different color variations for my different sessions to help identify and make things easier, so it doesn't all look the same. But this is my new overlay for my Sunday session. Please leave a comment down below what you think about it, and make sure to smash that like button and drop a subscription as well. I want to say that now because we're only about 9 minutes into the video, and I always forget to do it early in the video, and I do it late in the video, and statistically speaking, you're supposed to do it early. So please take the time to drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the overlay, leave a like, and drop that subscription. Awesome. With that, we actually get into today's session. So whoever speaks is the first person to act. You guys are all so polite. You guys are all so polite. You know what? Fuck you guys. Then Gob's the first one to act. As he looks to all of you, and he says, "Oh, I am so happy. I am so happy. The Masters is dead. Please, allow me to serve the great heroes. The great heroes." As he drops to his knees atop the little, on a couch has that little like rim, the little edge thing to like the top of it, or like on like the handrails and everything. At the very top of the couch, he's just standing. He's like standing, and he drops to his knees, still on top of the couch, and he's like doing like the Egyptian bow, where he's like fucking waving his hands to all of you, like you're gods to him.
And what kind of service would you be able to provide us?
Os, I worship the goddess of light and healing. I can offer you my protection and aid, as I did for the Kingpin.
What do you mean by protection and aid?
Oh, I am very good at healing magic and at protection magic. He is a cleric.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, cleric of the life domain.
Feel like that's more of Atlan's territory.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, hold on. It's not life domain, it's the spore domain. My bad.
Oh, he's a spore cleric.
Yes, but he's still a cleric.
Oh yeah, but spore clerics are very interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, you see his skin, the green is covered in like little bubbles and like little circles, little dots and stuff. There's some of them pop, and like as they pop, you see like little dust come out, and like it sprinkles down to the ground, and then like new ones quickly form, and they do the same thing. But he's just looking at all you very eagerly, his eyes lit up with like happiness, his smile from ear to ear. Yeah, he looks to Atlan. He recognizes the holy symbol upon his chest. Oh, you are a worshipper of Tyrael, are you not?
Indeed, God. But Atlan is clearly distracted.
Yeah, he's trying to talk to Atlan. He sees Atlan like has the holy symbol. He notices him, and he's trying to engage Atlan. So does Atlan not even notice him?
He would respond. He's not rude, but he's not trying to further any conversation. He's just responding.
Okay. Gob notices, and he sees. He feels it's more of like a dislike for Goblin thing. Obviously, it's not intended to be like that, but that Gob's normally treated with disgust and kind of ignored. So he obviously doesn't know about Straw and everything. So he'll like take that as like a hint to stop strawing, and he looks to the rest of everyone. And he's like, so now that you all are the new owners of the Outlaws Refuge, what do you intend to do?
I was about to ask you, what do you know about the Outlaws' Refuge and the day-to-day of the people that live here?
Well, on Mondays we have starvation and lashings. On Tuesdays, it's boiling our hands and then eating rats. On Wednesdays, it's being stomped on by Gorb. That's the whole day event. On Thursdays, usually more starvation, and that's a whole day event because the Kingpin likes to eat in front of us and show that he has food and we don't. And then on Fridays, he finally lets us relax. And by relax, 4 of us have to fight Gorb, and the rest of us get to watch.
So, well, that's gonna have to change. Do you know where the Kingpin keeps all his valuables?
He looks around and he says, I know where he keeps the pile of treasure, but and he looks around and he looks back to Atlan and he says, unless he's very good at decursing things, it might not be very useful to you all yet. As he hops down from the couch and he begins to shuffle his way over here, walking all the way over to this little area right here, where obviously you see this has no door. This room has no doorway, and that is because he begins to like grab onto different books, trying to find a specific one, and he finally finds the right book, pulling on it, and then the whole wall begins to shift and move as this room is actually revealed to all of you. You all can finally enter it and really see it. There is a bed, but directly next to the bed, where obviously there it doesn't show anything. I can just hold on. I'll just do a little circle of yellow, yellow, and yellow. This is the hold on. That's not. It's not a circle. That's a line. This is the pile of gold right here. So yeah. So he opens up this doorway, and you all can see. You all can now come in and see this. And he hobbles in and he jumps up on the bed, and he shows he kind of like ta-da, like does a little pose and thing, and he kind of wiggles his hands like pointing at the gold. And Vedagar, you follow him. I see you on the map, and you see the pile of gold, and you instantly notice what he's talking about. It glimmers purple for some reason. The whole pile, swords, there's swords, there's crowns, there's shields, goblets, amulets, gems, just piles of coins, all just stacked within this entire right side of the room. It's just piled up. It does, the little circle doesn't do it justice. It's the whole room. That side is covered like a goddamn treasure chest. But like I said, all of it glimmers purple.
Interesting. And this is just his wealth. This is not any sort of like a armory that he's been hiding, is it?
Oh, he doesn't do armories, or he just piles gold and treasure. That's all of his shit. You see swords, you see like shields, like breastplates, helmets.
Literally
It's
like a horde.
a dragon's horde. Exactly. It's a dragon's horde.
And then, so Arisa probably would have been following me.
Yeah.
And she is going to take her slumbering dragon bow. Where is it? Dragon's Wrath, bro? Yeah, that's it. And she's going to stick it to the dragon's horde. So this weapon is decorated with dragon heads, claws, wings, scales, draconic letters. When it steeps in a dragon's horde, it absorbs the energy of the dragon's breath weapon and deals damage of that type with its special properties.
Okay. Well, the Kingpin did force damage, and he didn't really do any special damage types because like I said, he was an inbred dragon. He wasn't really special. But I guess force damage. It does now force damage.
That's
All right.
still one of the strongest breath weapons.
Yeah, so force damage.
Strictly speaking, core D&D. Like in core D&D, there's like 3 creatures immune to it.
Anyway, all right. And while she's doing that, I'm going to kind of like mentally speak with my father to shoot a message to Thaddeus that we've secured the Outlaws' refuge, and there's some stuff here that I need him to take a look at.
Okay. As Arista does this, however, she notices.
Wait, do I? Wait, hold on.
She notices that the energy being pulled in is not just the energy of her new power within the bow, there's something else also beginning to siphon inside. And before she has the chance to pull it out and quickly react, it's too late as the bow also begins to glimmer purple. It quickly, her hand holding it, you see her skin begin to fuse and mend with the bow. It begins to like snap. It begin. You see the wood and like the scales of the look begin to turn to flesh, and it begins to like grow veins. As you see, it begins to like mend and become part like one with her. Like, well, your shield is similar, whereas like it's part of you, and like you have to cut yourself off. You know the shield is still a shield. It's physical. Like, you know the material to be what it's like, whatever it's eaten. You know, it can be steel, wood. It all depends on what it's eating and everything. But her bow, it's now you can see it's like the same color as her flesh. The string has become the same color as her hair, and it's now fused entirely with her arm, as she loses her left hand entirely. The very end of the hand begins to corrode, rotting, and drops to the ground with a fizzle and a sizzle as she looks down in horror and fear, kind of screaming as she's become cursed by the inbred dragon curse.
You ready?
The weapon,
Yeah, probably should have saw that coming.
the only effect of the curse is that the weapon is now unmovable from the part of the body that it was attached to. Meaning, if you grab a helmet with your hands, you're getting helmet hands.
So stick your head into the helmet.
Then you lose your head and it becomes the helmet. I don't even want to think about what happens to that one because I think that's instant death.
Yeah.
Now, as I was talking to, or trying to speak with Thaddeus, if I recall correctly, the sympathizer within the church was Sir Gall, right? He was the one that wanted to help the Outlaws Refuge.
Correct,
if I
Amundo.
remember
Yes,
correctly.
correct. Yeah, he's not actually a member of
Um,
the church. He's a tower mage. He just has a lot of influence, like a church member would.
I'm gonna ask Thaddeus to bring him along with him when he comes.
Okay. All right. They will begin. Thaddeus will begin making his way to Sir Gall before making his way to you. That will take a little bit of time, however. So in the meantime, you turn to Arista. Arista looking at you, horror and fear in her eyes as she screams in agony and pain. What do you say? Gob kind of scratching his head, looking at it like with he's like closing his eyes, squinting. He got that face like, ooh, that must hurt.
I will activate one of the spells that I borrowed from, I believe, Atlin, or no, from Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
And with that, I'm gonna heal her use 2 bonus actions to heal her for 4d6. Just a soothing energy, even if she hasn't it's not physical damage,
Yeah.
but like a soothing healing kind of energy.
Roll a 4d6. I want to see how much it is. That'll depend on how soothed she
See
will
if it's a
become.
plus anything. Or Godak, that was your ability, right? I believe. Or Vitality.
I have Aura of Vitality yet.
Yeah.
Let's see, do I have a spell slot though?
No. It's just because you gave it to me before. For a second I thought it was
Yeah.
Atlin because he's the one that.
I
Yeah,
also
dude.
have it.
Well, it's one of my spells, anyways.
All right, so 16.
Yeah.
Because I switched Conjure Woodland Beings for it.
She stops screaming. The pain definitely subsides, but she's definitely still panicked. Her heart racing. You can see her breathing very, very quickly as she keeps looking from you to her arm, you to her arm, you to her arm.
I hold out my arm, kinda. I'm like, it's a little unnerving at first, but it's not impossible to deal with. But no matter what, we will try to remove whatever curse has afflicted you.
She holds up hers, and there is, unlike you have a hand. She has no hand any longer. It's just gone. It's just a bow. Like, so imagine the bow's like the long part of the bow. It goes like right off her wrist, and then the string, so she could aim like this and pull back the string with her other hand and fire.
Was she like, yeah, like Edward Scissorhands or
Yeah,
Little Hands?
yeah. She now has just a bow for one of her hands. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'd say to her.
She looks at you, and let me roll. course, the one thing I always forget to open for these sessions is my dice roller. Oh yeah, she faints. Yep, she tumbles straight backwards and she falls unconscious.
I guess the healing didn't really kind of soothe her all that much.
The soothe the pain didn't soothe the mental trauma.
That's fair. I'll ask Gorb to move, and I'll just lay her on the bed.
All right,
Isn't that why we play D&D?
You pick up a Barista. All right, take a funny Diami. You pick up a Barista and you lay her down on the bed. Gob, hobbling off, looking to you, and he says, "Yes, so that is the reason why I spoke of you not being able to use it quite yet. He put what he called his inbred curse upon his horde. It causes
Yeah.
whatever piece of the horde you touch to fuse with your body and cause you to become essentially partly inbred."
Yeah, probably should have led with that there, Gob.
Oh, I sorry. I'm not very smart.
That's, it's all right. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
He looks at you just like wide eyes, happy, like, oh, okay.
Um, while I guess while waiting for Thaddeus, can we do some looting?
Of course, of course, of course. Other than the
I specifically want to check out this room that Arista found.
Yes. You hobble on over to where she found a grate in the floor, popping open. She popped it open and left it as such. You hop down into the grate, and it comes to like a little tunnel, like a little. It's like only like 5 foot though. You're able to you quickly make your way to the edge of the tunnel, and you find yourself at the very edge of this water. You look down, and it's like it's a steep drop, like maybe 40-50 feet straight down into the water. There's torches all around lighting up this area, so it's all very brightly lit. Even that there's even torches along the cave going down towards the water. And you even see like there's like a kind of a makeshift like ladder. It's like just like carving into the wall, little slits that you can hold on to go down into this little water spot. But you're right now you're on like a little cliff edge, and you're gonna have to like shimmy your way across to get over to like this bigger section of land. Like so you have to go like this way.
You know I can fly, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I have
Fly
wing
speed
boots.
solve everything.
Yeah.
Right. So
Like,
you do so.
yeah.
Make me look like an
Hey,
idiot.
wing boots. What is it? An uncommon item.
Yep. You wing boots over, and you fly over to the little platform, in the little, the cave. And looking, what you can see in front of you is like a little trough, something, maybe a food storage area. You see two barrels with two, like, next to two, like, maybe like furnaces, something maybe to cook meat or something. And in both of the barrels they're covered in flies. You can smell the pungent smell of meat. It's not necessarily rotting, but it's getting close to that point. It's just a meat in a barrel. How long does that stay fresh? Not long. So any really amount of
I
time.
did I notice the creature in the water that Arista had noticed?
No, not yet. The first thing that caught your eye was definitely this platform here, all this light, and the smell, the pungent smell. And you can now see, like I said, it's two barrels of meat and furnaces.
Furnaces.
Yes, the two like
Like a
glowing.
smelting,
No,
like a smelting furnace.
like for cooking food.
Oh, so like cooking fires or whatever.
Exactly. But they're not just like campfires. They're like little machines, like little. You see, like there's like slots for them to put meat in.
The machines.
They're not, like I said, they're not machines. It's like a furnace, like where you would stick coal or fire in, but it's like a little platform for cooking meat. Like you stick it inside,
Yeah.
and it cooks the meat like a pizza brick oven,
Yep. All right.
like that. Two of those.
Interesting. Can I gauge for how long, like, can I gauge how low the fires are to see like how long ago maybe someone stoked these fires?
They're magically lit. It seems they just never extinguish.
Interesting. Do I see any tracks? Because like this meat, obviously, if it hasn't gone bad, something's been here recently. Can I do like a survival check to check for tracks and whatnot?
Survival, nature, perception, or investigation. Whatever roll you make will decide
Survival,
what kind of answer I give you. So let me know.
nature. I'll just do survival.
Okay, survival.
And survival, that is a wisdom-based thing, right?
Believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I will cast Celestial Guidance on myself. And then... And I've already used it. Do I still have any sorcery points left? I don't think. Oh, I do still have 2 left, okay. Well, let's just roll this first. Plus 3. It's 19. 24.
24 in survival, right? Yeah. So
Yep.
looking at the stuff in front of you, you're able to quickly identify that these are machines that these you're able to notice that the furnaces, they're melted to the very earth itself. You didn't really notice it before, but the stone, it's just as if the ground grows into these things, and they've been lit for what seems to be a very long time. Looking inside, you can see that the charred like sections of the meat, like where it burns and like it grizzles, it's not been cleaned very well, so it's very built up. And like looking at the buildup, you can tell it's been going for a long time, like estimate years, maybe longer even. You're not quite sure. It's a lot of char. And looking around, you noticed specifically that one barrel of meat is definitely animal meat. You notice it because you can see like a cow leg sticking out. You looking inside, you see like duck feathers and such. But the other barrel is a little more nefarious. You see fingers, hair, not animal hair, human hair, eyeballs, what appears to be livers and hearts, stomachs and intestines. And it seems that each furnace has a very different purpose, and each barrel has as well a different purpose, as though to what you're not quite sure until you're whiffing in the smell. And that's where the high roll really kicks in. Deep breathing in, smelling the cooking meat and the smell of it all, you get dragged to the edge of the water, something wafting from below. Smell of that same kind of meat, but a little older, drier, saltier. Looking down, you see inside the water, sitting atop of it, just floating, is a chunk, a couple chunks of this cooked meat, several various, so you can see some of the animal products and some of the human products as well. And as you're looking at it all, you see the water shake, wiggle, bob, and then suddenly something jumps into view and then quickly out of view, grabbing everything that was floating and dragging it deep, deep underwater. You catch it with just a quick glimpse, but it seems to be something shiny.
Do I notice anything of it? Like, how big is it?
It seems to be long. Definitely long. As to big, not really big. You've seen some huge things. Definitely not as big as Gorb or the Kingpin. Nowhere near as big as the Nautilus Necrodrake. But definitely similar in length to the Nautilus Necrodrake. You remember its long serpent-like body. It gives you similar vibes.
Um, I'm going to use the message cantrip, and I'm going to try to message it to see if it's a sentient creature. Do you, you in the water, do you understand common?
The water goes still instantly. I thought I would never. Oh, is this even going through Discord? Hold on.
It's cutting out pretty hard. I can't
Yeah.
hear anything you're saying.
How do
Really.
you, is there a way to change Discord's like threshold rate of what it catches and doesn't catch? 'Cause this is a
Yeah,
problem.
there is
How do I
in
do
the
this?
settings. In the settings, voice and video, there's a input sensitivity.
Okay, voice and video. Okay, hold on. Let me because this has been a problem I've been encountering a lot. Okay. Where do I do it?
So you're on voice and
Oh,
video. There
okay.
should be a bar.
Yeah. Yeah, input sensitivity. Okay, automatically determined. Okay, I have to change that. Okay. Do I turn it? I don't know which way I turn it. I feel stupid. I don't understand.
You move it to the left to turn it down.
Okay, so turning it down is what I want to do.
Yeah, because then it's how many decibels you want to speak before it catches it.
So negative is good. Having it in the negative.
Negative is good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna hope it works good. All right, and then I'm assuming I have to save this somewhere. No, I don't.
No, it's auto saves.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, let's try this again. I didn't think anyone would ever find me again.
So you do understand common. My name's Vadagar. Who are you?
I am the serpent of the world, the one destined to eat the tree.
Eat the tree. What tree?
The world tree.
So what you're saying is you're a creature that's bent on the destruction of the world?
No. Ugh, come on. Hold on. Let me change my turn this down a little more. Yeah. No. A little louder is what I want. Yeah, that's better. No. You misunderstand. The tree is controlled by my father's enemy. The one who conquers all knowledge.
Who is your father?
The king of mischief and illusions. His name goes by many, but to some, he is Loki.
Oh.
Do I recognize that name at all? Have I heard it anywhere? Like a history check or anything?
Does your world have the Norse pantheon?
As Guardians?
The Norse pantheon?
Probably not.
Then
I don't know. It's just kind of standard D&D world, essentially.
I think they are. Yeah, Hephaestus. I mean, I know Zeus's pantheon is in the Forgotten Realms. Let me see if the Norse one
I
is.
don't believe the Norse ones are closely connected to dwarves. Actually.
Well, there you go.
Then yeah, you
dwarves
probably
are
would.
often around. I mean,
Yep.
they have their own pantheons too, but it's normally dwarves.
Yep, they are. They are in the Forgotten Realms pantheon. They are so that they are official. So yeah, and you being a
And if
dwarf,
they were closely tied to dwarves.
yeah, you know but based off that, you recognize this instantly. This is Jormungandr, the World Serpent.
And what do I remember from whatever knowledge I would have had about this?
Oh,
I
this
remember
this
about
is
Loki and
this is one
Jormungandr.
of the biggest myths to your people, being closely related to Norse mythology and the dwarves. You know that this is essentially a savior of your people. This is the creature meant to kill Thor or attempt to kill Thor. There is theory that he is knocked back in time, though it's never known whether or not it is true. But the best hope to ending the tyranny and the evil reign of the Asgardians is indeed this is one of these creatures, along with his father Loki and his two siblings, Hel, the Raven Queen of Death, and Fenrir. I believe it's
Yeah,
Fenrir.
Fenrir.
Fenrir, who is the eater of the moon.
So wait, I thought those are the bad
No,
guys
they
in
are the
Asgardian
good.
mythology.
No, that's just in Marvel. In actual
No,
mythology,
I mean, in
Odin
actual mythology,
Odin is a
it's
piece of shit.
more.
He deserves to die. I stand on that
Yeah,
forever. I stand that forever.
yes, I agree. If we talk actual mythology, it's not as
It's not
much
cut and
good and
dry.
evil.
Yeah, it's not
It's
cut and
not cut and
dry.
dry
Yeah.
because all the Jotun, the giants, are forces of nature and therefore not evil, but just are.
Natural. Yeah, and they're meant to
Yeah,
exist. And Odin attempts to go against that natural order. And the
exactly.
dwarves, in the mythology, the dwarves directly stand with the giants. They stand against
Yes.
the Asgardians, which means to your people and your culture,
Yes.
they are the good
So
guys.
in my eyes, I
Absolutely.
would like worship this kind of being.
Oh yes, this is definitely like this. You're meeting a myth and legend to your people right now.
Did you say that your father's name is Loki and yours is Yormander?
Yes. Yes. It seems someone remembers. Finally. It has been so very long.
What are you doing in this realm?
A mage.
This realm is not the your home realm. You're from my realm.
That I do know. A mage. A man cloaked in black pulled me from my sea, the ocean that I lived in, and put me in this pond, forcing me captive underneath that putrid, inbred beast.
Anyways, how I'm gonna come down here. Um, you are a myth among my people that thought to have vanished a long time ago. Um, but we stand with you in your ideals. Can you show me your true size? Maybe I can help you get out of this particular area.
Yes, give me just a moment.
Laffer, if you ever need help with the Norse mythology, I'm right here. I'm born into it.
1 second. I actually completely forgot to make an image for this character, so I'm doing it right now.
Oh yeah, also a quick reminder, I have the golden dice right. I got it last session.
Yes, you do.
You'd have and then you give it to. Did you get it at the end of no? So you had it.
I
You
got
had
it.
it
I
for
got
last
it.
session.
Yeah, no. Nessa had it for last session and then gave it to me.
Okay, so you all right. Okay, fair.
I mean, not that I'm most likely not gonna use it. I don't really do
As
damage.
I
for
was gonna
his,
say it's
I was just gonna, as for his full size, he currently is in his full size. What has happened is, since the Dark Mage is able to traverse multiverses in time, he has grabbed Jormungandr at a younger version of himself before he became giant. Jormungandr wasn't always huge; he grew to the size he is. So this is a smaller version of Jormungandr. It's just like a baby.
Those three siblings actually have one of the saddest stories in the whole mythology.
Yeah, they do. 1 second. Of course, my AI shit is not working right now. There we go. Finally, make me a good image, you dumb bitch. That is not. You know, honestly, I'll take it. That's pretty sick. Fuck it. That's
If
what you,
not, the
fuck it. This is what Jormungandr looks like in my universe. You know, it's homebrew. I guess that's the fucking beauty of it. It's homebrew.
the God of War, the God of War one is also pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I just like using AI images because I don't gotta worry about copyright and shit in the future. I mean, I've changed some
Oh
people's
yeah,
images
true.
right now because like Vadagar's and everything is technically still no
some
bueno.
random picture off the internet.
Yeah. Okay, and download. All right, we've got Jormungandr. I'm going to go ahead and add him. It's not where I need to add him. I need to add him in characters. I guess I'll put him in NPCs because that's what makes sense. Add, and add. This is what Jormungandr is going to look like in our universe. Because this is what the AI gave me. So
I like it.
All right.
he emerges from the water. You see his flowing golden mane. It's like a sea dragon's mane. His fangs, his long horns, and he pulls up his two arms above the water, beginning to float. You see different little tendrils and stuff coming off the very end of him, splitting off into multiple like little tails, kind of like the Emperor Leviathan from Subnautica. If anyone knows that
Oh,
reference.
they're great.
Yeah, I
Oh
think-
yeah.
I definitely have.
Yeah, so exactly like that. So yeah, and he looks to you and he says, "This is my full size. I have just not had the room to grow in a very long time."
You said you speak of this mage being your enemy.
As for enemy, I do not know why I was put here, but I do wish to leave and return to my ocean.
Also pulled to this realm against our wills, and at some point would like to leave as well. But this mage character that you've spoken of, I believe he's the same one that we hunt. He is the responsible for a lot of destruction and chaos in this realm.
I am very sorry for that, but I have a mission given to me by my father. I must stop Thor. I must return home.
Let's see.
It seems he has no interest in this realm or the Dark Mage, but simply in returning home.
Perhaps after some rest, maybe we'll be able to figure something out. We have found a device allowing us to look into other realms currently being researched. For the time being, perhaps we can get you into a better accommodations in this realm while we try to decipher how to get home.
If it is realm travel you speak of, that may be something I can aid you in. I have the ability to slither between branches and bark of the world tree, traversing the realms. Maybe that same power and ability may be of use for this machine.
Interesting. I don't suppose that you can take on a human form, perhaps.
Sadly, I cannot, but I do also possess hind legs, as you see two of the tendrils begin to shoot back inside of his body and quickly sprout back out as back legs. So he kind of like comes up and he's like now kind of like doggy paddling on the water.
And then do I think he'd be able to fit through here?
You'd have to bust it open for him.
Okay. Give me a moment. I've called forth for someone, for one of our allies, the one that is currently studying the astral device, to come here. The two of you should meet.
Batman cutscene over to Thaddeus, who is just now leaving his shop. Oh, fuck right. I gotta go find that old bastard. I was trying to gather my shit and fuck it. And he quickly is running outside and he's making all his way all the way
So
over
while
to
I'm doing all of this and he's doing his way, whatever the other, I've monopolized quite a bit of time. Whatever the rest of the group wants to do with that time frame.
breaks down the door and he's fucking just like circle. Fucking runs up the circle. Yeah, okay, come back. Come back to the what? God damn it! What the fuck? Come back to the scene at hand, where we're now not looking at Vadagar in the cave talking to the world serpent. We're now back on the scene of everybody else. What is everybody else doing while Vadagar is off doing his shit?
Yeah.
Emmy
Uh,
would. No, go ahead.
I'd probably just be chilling or maybe searching this room a bit, I guess.
So you're searching his public bedroom. That's the bedroom he slept
Yeah.
in publicly. Okay. You hop in, you run inside, and you begin to look around. The most prominent thing you see, of course, is the bookshelf. In the very back, making your way over there, you begin to search around until you find in the very center this like little gold spot that you can see is a little like alcove with a bust of a person from like the neck up, one of those head busts, and you see atop the bust of the head is a crown with a large purple gem sitting in the center of it.
Mm, do I have? Let's see. I have that ability. Double check. Let's see if I had detect magic on me or not. Doesn't look like I do. I guess I would need to make a check to see if it's magic or not.
Can people still hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
we're just waiting
Okay,
for
sorry, I
Godak.
got really quiet there. I didn't know if the fucking
We're just waiting for
kicked me out or
Godak.
something.
Nope, just
Uh,
Godak's thinking what he wants to do.
Yeah, I would need to make a check, I guess, on the crown.
All right, go ahead and roll magic or arcana.
That'd be
Roll,
Arcana.
roll magic. Dumbass. Dumbass head.
Rolls a,
Yes,
rolls a spellcasting
unfortunately-
modifier.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have 0 in my Arcana, so great roll.
Oh.
Godak,
Yeah.
this looks like one mighty fine crown, bro. And as far as magic wise, you're sure there ain't no magic on that bitch. It's fine, man. It looks like a mighty good crown. It's awfully shame that it ain't on anybody's head right now, man.
Could I perhaps roll Arcana to see if there's any magic in the area? Of course, I don't know he's picking up a crown, but just for general magic in the area.
Oh, you don't even gotta worry about that. There's magic all around you. Every room you sense different magic coming from it. There's a lot though, and you definitely don't notice, the intricacies of all of it.
Okay. But luckily there's a spell for that. I would like to cast Detect Magic.
All right, you cast detect magic, and you can
Yeah.
sense magic coming from, like I said, about every single room in the area. There's a few magic potions about. There's a few magic items. One of them being a crown that looks like Godak is reaching towards right now. I'm joking. Godak, are you actually reaching towards the crown?
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Would I've what I guess kind of weirdness Arista was, or if she was around to see the bow yet.
No, Arista's knocked the fuck
Yeah.
out.
I'd like
Probably
to.
happening while we walked over to the other room.
Yeah. I'd like to detect what the crown is about before I go yoink a bunch of potions.
Oh yeah, it's you can detect what school of magic it is, and it is contract magic.
Okay. Um. So I relay before he does anything. I see him investigating it, and I relay. There seems to be contract magic on the ground. Just FYI, before you do anything.
For example, contract magic would be like a soul contract, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe don't go touching it before we can figure out what it is.
Maybe touch it. Don't be a bitch.
I mean,
Personal
the ironic part
opinions.
is the spell identify requires touch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Touch it. Do it. Touch the crown. One of you, touch the crown. Do it.
I'll call out to the. Oh, we see Luca. Hey Luca, grab this crown.
Luca looks over at you and he says, I don't know about that one, my friend. And he comes walking up to you and he looks at the crown and he
You know what it
says,
is?
he looks at it and says, oh, I mean, my friend, if you don't want it, I mean, I guess I could take it off your hands. As he begins to look greedily at it, reaching his little fingers towards it.
I grab it.
And he looks at
baited.
he looks at you and he
Easiest
says,
way to get a player to touch shit.
Yeah.
he looks at you and he says, "Oh, I guess you got it, my friend." And he goes whistling away. And as you grab the crown and you look away from, we go back to the crown, you see the gem in the center of it. An eye opens up, and right underneath the gem, a mouth then opens as well. So there's a single eye on the gem, and a mouth opens up underneath the gem, and the crown begins to speak. Well, hello, my fighty compatriot. It seems you have entered the possession of me. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. My last owner wasn't such a fun guy, you see, but I am hoping that you're much different. And the crown begins to speak like an announcer from a baseball game.
Oh, I was thinking 1920s radio.
Yeah, similar. Yeah, about the same quality of sound.
Yeah.
Go to a stadium. You.
I guess I'd rec. Is this in his mind or do we all hear it?
No, everyone hears this. Yeah, everyone can hear
Okay.
this.
So Emmy just looks to her staff, because that's the same sound that comes out of the staff when you speak through it, and then to the crowd, and just thinks, oh, that's neat.
Gardak kind of just turns her head aside. Tell me a joke.
A joke?
You said you're a fun guy.
Oh, okay. Why did the turtle cross the road?
Why?
I don't have a punchline for this joke.
Yeah, I guess
He's not a funny crowd. What the
uh
fuck you expect? He's not a joke teller. I don't know. I didn't have anything prepared. It's not funny.
Godax just like, whatever, throws it in his bag.
He's not intended to be funny. That blew. That caught me so off guard. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a joke ready. I didn't have a joke ready. You put me on the spot so hard. It's like when you're at a party and someone says, "Hey, bro, you're so, my friend's so funny. Wait till he's
funny."
he's so funny." And he grabs the dude, brings him over. Be funny, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of I guess what are your, I guess, powers or abilities?
There we go. Now that is the question to ask. I am the owner and proprietor of this fine real estate. As soon as you place me atop your head and claim ownership, you will officially claim the title as the Outlaws Refuge leader. That is the contract. As soon as you put this crown on,
Gotcha.
you become the new leader of the Outlaws Refuge. You claim the title.
I would
Yeah, guys,
probably
you're a good guy.
not. Yeah, I'd probably not put that on my head yet until we talk to the rest of the group. To
Along,
determine what to do with this area.
along with becoming the owner of the Outlaws Refuge, you also have the ability to change the name of the place. You can also relocate it with a simple use of this crown. Upon placing me on your head and finding a new place for the refuge, you can then relocate it with a simple use. Essentially, you can now move the Outlaws Refuge.
Come in handy. Just
Oh,
basically take the Bastion
and
mechanic from 2024.
and along with being able to move it, you are also able to change the room's shape and size of the environment. The last owner used it to create a giant fighting arena in the center, along with this personal private chamber, leaving everybody else with nothing but a floor to sleep on. So it seems the Kingpin, upon coming into the ownership of the Outlaws Refuge, used the crown's features to change its shape into that of what it is now, the giant fighting arena with no room for anyone to sleep except for some sitting locations and such, and then a large private bedchamber for himself.
But, okay, so I asked the crowd, has it always been called the Outlaws Refuge? What was it called before? What have you else been
Oh,
used for?
before the Outlaws Refuge, I was owned by, yes, the Angel Inarius. We were the private chambers for the angels. So yes, this used to be the private chambers for the angels within heaven.
That's a pretty powerful item.
It's essentially a moving fortress.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
that might be really, really useful for a party like ours that likes to like do downtime and craft things and
I would
train
also
things.
This is for the Act
ask the
2.
crown, how would we, if we wanted to change who's the new king of the outlaw refuge, would it be just simply giving someone else the crown?
Yes, indeed. Whoever owns me is who places me upon their head.
Okay,
And might I say, you have a mighty fine looking dome, my turtle friend.
gotcha. We're
Let's do
still,
halfway
I would,
through Act 2.
yeah, so I would probably, yeah, at this point, I just probably hold on to it, but I would probably like just kind of have it like, I'd almost be sort of carrying it around, kind of like if like, you know, if someone had like a helmet under their arm, something like that with the crown.
Yep.
I
This
just kind
is.
of hold on to it till everybody groups back up.
Oh yeah, out of character, I will definitely tell you all this is meant for Act 2. You won't actually be able to use it till Act 2, and there will be a reason why you will want to use this rather than returning to Tristram every time. So you will all see why as the story unfolds. That being the case, we cut back from Godak with the crown to Atlan now, who hasn't really had any time to do much yet. Atlan, you grab onto the side of the couch. You hold yourself in place, trying to keep steady as all the times with straw play through your head. The moments of fun, fighting, camaraderie, sharing drinks, and the promise you made to Sir Gaul to keep him safe. What are you doing?
Yeah, essentially, he he's just kind of standing there. I imagine, you know, he's not walking around the room, maybe sort of pacing a little bit or just kind of meandering aimlessly, as he's obviously lost in thought, um, trying to figure out what to do or what to say. And like, he's a mess.
Yeah, you see Nessa passed out unconscious on the floor, just lying. It's like you can hear her snoring fucking throughout the entirety of the bedchambers. Her loud fucking groggles and fucking gurgles in her sleep, fucking just ring
What a
out.
shame to not have a second level spell for silence.
And as you pace around the room, Riley sees you and he comes walking up to you and he grabs onto your side, trying to stop you.
He said he would touch Alan,
Yeah, he grabs
like on
onto
the
your
shoulder or something.
like your well, he's a dwarf, so he's not your shoulder, like your sleeve, your arm. He kind of just tries to grab you and stop you.
Alan would look at him but not say anything.
Ah, um, I'm sorry, Atlan. I know Straw's loss is very tough to handle, and I'm sorry that we won't be able to bring him back, but I'm sure, and I'm sure everyone else is sure of it too, that there is no other way that Straw would have wished to die than serving Tyriel's name and in vanquishing evil and those who do injustice.
I believe your words are accurate. It will take me time.
I I do understand, but Atlan, if you do not notice, there is someone in our midst who needs help, maybe as much as you do. That little goblin. It seems that he has been owned his whole life from what the stories tell. I found this, and he holds up a journal, and it right on the smack dab in the center, it just says Gob's journal, and he says, "I found it underneath the couch. It seems he must have dropped it in his excitement. The fellow has been in the Kingpin's ownership since he was a baby. He was forced into service of a god that he doesn't even understand the concept of, and offers anyone aid simply because he thinks that is his purpose. I believe maybe you can show him how to live his own life." Gob comes scampering back in, looking around. He sees everyone and he comes running up and he jumps up on the little sofa over here and he just sits down, just sitting patiently, just looking around, watching all you. Riley kind of goes hush hush and kind of whispers and he's like, "But anyway, just keep that between us." Anyway, he walks over to Gob and he says, "Ah, little feller, your name's Gob, correct?" Oh yes, I am Gob, I am Gob." And Riley holds out the journal to him and he says, I think you dropped this, feller. Oh, thank you very much, thank you very much." And he grabs it and he holds onto the journal very tight, and he just continues to sit there and look around as Riley begins to walk out of the room.
Alan would consider what he says, but I don't think at this moment he's interested in making new friends right now. He will eventually feel bad for the guy and inquire more about him, but Alan still would like to stay shocked.
Okay. Of
He
course.
watched his buddy get like eaten, so
Of course, yes. Anyway, as you pace around the room, you all begin to hear footsteps coming up the stairs from outside as Master Thaddeus and Sir Gaul make their way into the scene. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. Let me just grab them both now. All right. Thaddeus and Sir Gull begin to enter, making their way up. They look around and mesmerized in like looking at the structure. As they get all the way over to you all, they say, do you all recognize that this whole place is made of magic? I've never had the opportunity to step foot down here myself, but it's quite impressive. Thaddeus turning to all of you, looking around, he says, where is Vadagar?" Vadagar, as he says this,
And it's at that time
we cut
that
right
you
back
hear
to
a loud.
you. Yeah.
So at that time, you hear this loud crash as I'm busting open this wall to let him through.
Yeah, just doosh, and you hear crumbling stone like an explosion as Vadagar comes fucking just shoulder through the door, fucking wall flying through, busting it open, and then if anyone steps over to see the commotion, you would see the creature, Jormungandr, his claws crawling up the wall as he grabs onto the stone floor, pulling himself into view. You see the giant golden beast with a long body his long serpent body following behind him as he crawls up top, and he looks to Vadagar and he says, "Thank you very, very much, my dwarven friend."
You're not a problem for a creature of your status. You're highly revered among my people. Now let me introduce you to my friends, and then just lead him this way.
Just the ground reacted
Uh,
all to him
no one,
smashing a
no one,
wall.
no one, no one, no one be alarmed. This
Nope.
creature is from my home realm, worshipped as a deity there, and has been trapped here by our quarry.
You all see the Jormungandr come into sight as Vadagar comes walking into the center room, talking to all of you. You see from around the corner of the wall, this creature's head comes into view, not like angled as if he's walking the ground, but as if he's crawling along the wall, which he is. As you see him slither his way in, he taking his giant arms crawling along the wall, crawling all around the sides of the ceiling. You see his body trailing behind him as he enters the whole way. You see the very tips of his tail finally enter view as he clinging to like the sides of the entrance wall and the roof. He's looking down to all of you, looking at all of you. He says, "Hello. It is a pleasure to meet friends of the mighty Vatican."
Yes.
And me having traveled across the Sword Coast, would she have encountered depictions of this being in her studies?
Sword Coast, Forgotten Realms. Yeah. What? Roll history.
Yeah,
Roll
I'm
history.
reaching.
History at disadvantage, however, because this is it's not normally what Jormungandr looks like, but it has the same resemblance. But obviously, like I said, it's not a 1-to-1, so disadvantage history.
That's still an 11.
Yeah, you definitely the tail, the serpent-like feature. It takes a bit for you to figure it out, but when he then speaks his name, I am the mighty Jormungandr, son of Loki. It snaps in your mind and you figure it out. Oh my god, this is the legendary Jormungandr. Oh wait, he's a lot smaller than the myths depict him.
Yeah. Wow. Um. You seem smaller than an adult.
I was only born 10 years ago, and for the last 8 of those years I have lived in that wretched pond cave.
That would explain a lot, yes.
And by every second of this conversation, you all notice his scales and body begin to widen pretty fast. Like by every second, he's getting bigger and bigger.
You gonna be okay to get out of here if you get much bigger there?
He looks to you and he says, "Worry not. We'll make sure to leave before it is too late."
So, Thaddeus, Yormander. I can't pronounce his name. Anyway,
Jormungandr.
Jormungandr, here has knowledge of traveling through the realms that I think he might be able to help the astral device.
Thaddeus looks at the creature, looks to you, and he's like, "Ah, yes, a Jormungandr. I am very familiar with this term." Looking to everyone else with like wide eyes, very confused. Like, any info? Does anyone know what the fuck he's talking about?
Like she doesn't really whisper, but she like plays it off as a whisper. God from, well, where we stem from, I guess.
Oh, oh! I'm
Well,
in the
not
presence of
not
a
God, but mythological creature.
oh, like a dragon of such. Very well. He bows to Jormungandr, saying, "Ah, mighty creature, it is a honor to be in your presence." As Sergal also grabs to the sides of his robes, and he does a little bow himself too, like a kind of like a girl does with her dress, how she kind of grabs the sides of it and does a
Curtsy?
bow. Yeah, a curtsy,
Yeah.
exactly, a curtsy. Yes, thank you. Um, as Sergal looks around, he notices someone's missing, and he looks to Atlan and he says, "Ah, Atlan, where is Sir Straw?"
Very guilty look on her. She looks very guilty. She gets a little pale.
The Luca takes this opportunity he looks to everyone and he says, "Ah, well, my friends, it has been a great battle, but I must be going." And he slams his staff down, and in an instant, he just disappears to a cloud of black dust. And that will be the last we
Has
see
a
it.
moment and responds, very, very like melancholy kind of in his voice. The gods have seen fit to uh, return Straw to their presence.
Oh, Sir Straw has passed on. That is very saddening news. I must take my leave. I have business to attend to.
Wait, Sir Gall, that's not why I asked you down here. We needed you here to discuss something.
uh, yes, Vadagar. What is it?
As you can see, we've rid the outlaws' refuge of the Kingpin, and now we need to figure out what we're gonna do and put in place here to aid the denizens of the outlaws' refuge. I asked you here as you were very sympathetic to their cause, so
Ah, yes. I believe this should suffice. And he slams his staff down on the ground, and you see a piece of paper begin to float, and then another one, and then another one, another one, and they all begin to compile together. And then he snaps his fingers on the other hand, not holding the staff, and a leather bind begins to wrap around the pages, creating a book. And the book floats over to you, Vedagar, and lands right in your hands. Looking at the book, it says, "Incriminating evidence of Priest Maxi." Opening it up, you see page after page of personal handwritten notes in Priest Maxi's writing and stamped with the official holy seal of the Church of Justice. Each page, one after another, roughly a few hundred of them. Some pages documenting exchange of food and supplies, including that the Kingpin has been selling Priest Maxi the corpses of thralls to serve to the citizens of New Tristram.
what was it with you and making us eat people? Oh man. Okay, so as disturbing as that is, I want to kind of shelf that for a moment. And also, DM, you really just gave us another side quest to do before we complete the act.
No, this one's easy. This one's just go expose him. You just
Okay.
do it, and you're just done.
Gotcha.
That's simple.
Anyway,
Boss hits.
but also Thaddeus, Priest Maxi, I need you to take a look at something, and I want to bring him over to this room over here.
Okay.
As Priest Maxi is a holy man,
Sir Gaul.
I believe
Sir Gaul.
you might have. Oh yeah, sorry.
And he's
Sir
not a
Gaul is
holy man. He's
man.
a wizard. He's a mage.
Well, wizards still have the ability to remove curses and whatnot.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can
have
bring him over.
Dispel magic. I also have dispel magic, and you've seen me use it. So if needed,
Well, yeah, but this is also a curse. And Thaddeus.
Yes, Thaddeus will come over as well.
What do you? Yeah, that's why I kind of asked him here was to take a look at this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What do you make of the curse that's been laid on here as well as our ally?
They both walk up to the pile, the horde, making sure to be very careful as they instantly notice it to be cursed. And they look to you, and Thaddeus says, "Ah, it seems to be a dragon's curse. I feel that is obviously clear, but there is more to it." "Ah, yes, there is indeed more, Vadagar. It seems this curse is also infused with the Dark Mage's magic." "I do concur, Thaddeus." And they begin to talk back and forth to each other for a moment before they turn back to you and they say, "It will take some time, but maybe we can remove it. However, a curse of this magnitude, it would be better to have someone of the holy variety. There may be someone who can help. Thaddeus just mentioned something to me on our way here." Thaddeus, turning to you, he says, it seems that someone else managed to survive the onslaught and has created a refuge outside of the dense fog that surrounds Tristram. To the south, towards King's Port, a priest by the name of Priest Eke, E-K-E, has gathered survivors in a town called Border, not too far away from a goblin city known as Grubnark. If you are able to clear this fog and ensue his aid, us together may be able to break this curse. I cannot guarantee me and Sir Gaul alone can do so." Sir Gaul nodding his head, agreeing.
I understand. Well, thank you. Now, Sir Gaul, what do you think? Your thoughts when you hand me this? You believe that we should go and try to expose and arrest Priest Maxi, and then the people of the Outlaws' Refuge may be able to seek proper shelter above?
Aye, if his ideals are what people live on, and they are to see that he is not a man of honor, then it should be quite simple to fix this problem. The only reason people fear the creatures that are not humanoid is because of his fear-mongering. Before this outburst in this war, people lived in Tristram in harmony. Orcs, elves, dwarves. Well, I mean, dwarves are much rarer, of course. Most have been long since gone from Tristram, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. All right. Maybe that should be our next order of business.
I believe the next order of business we should tell those fine people that they are free at last. Gesturing to the people of the Outlaws' Refuge.
Well, should be known that they're not technically free until Priest Maxi's been dealt with. but they are no longer under control of the Kingpin. And with that, I'm going to have a message sent to Creed. Hey, Creed, you still alive?
Yeah, but I'm okay.
Everything's been dealt with. You're safe to return to us. We can also provide you some healing if you're injured.
Don't worry, I'm with my sister. She's the healer. She's taking care of me now. And then, fucking, normally you shouldn't be able to hear anyone else with message, but for the comedy, you hear in the background, who are you talking to? Get off! You better not be talking to anyone when I just fixed your ribs. If you're breaking them more, I'm gonna break your neck.
All
As
right.
As
Well,
it's like a phone
just-
hangs up,
just-
like a click, as you fucking realize he's no longer there.
all right. Well, he now knows that the Outlaws Refuge is done. Then Thaddeus can't do anything to help with that curse. Gotcha. And then Thaddeus, do you want to? I'll leave you with your mander, your whatever.
Yeah.
I'll leave you two to discuss that. And then I'll notice Godak holding a crown. Hey, Godak, what do you got there?
And before Godak even gets the chance to talk, the crown, the eye darts to you. You notice the eye on the gem, and the mouth opens and says, "I am the mighty crown of the refuge."
Okay.
What he said.
Do you know anything more about this?
Yeah, apparently we can control the environment of the refuge, whoever is the quote-unquote king, by wearing the crown.
Interesting.
Well, I think it might have lately be called king, but it is the crown is infused with contract magic, so it is probably more the contractor in speaking in magical terms.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean by the contractor?
The contractor of the crown, the wearer of the crown.
Yeah.
I use detect magic on the crown. It is infused with contract magic, so the one who the crown explained that the one who wears it has control over this area, and we can change it to our liking.
Interesting.
And we can change
So-
its location.
This Outlaws Refuge hasn't always been here?
No, it used to be. It used to be the sleeping quarters of the angels in heaven.
Oh.
Which
Very interesting. I wonder if there's
obviously
any.
doesn't fare well for the heavenly realm.
Well, because I'm also holding on to the last request of a certain individual. That really piques my interest. I want to learn more about it. I've got petals or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and
Oh,
then
oh, right, the petals, right.
Yes.
They begin to glow.
as I hear this, I kind of think about them, and then okay, they start glowing.
Yes. They begin to glow. The closer and closer you walk to the crown, the brighter and brighter they begin to glow as the crown begins to glow as well. And as this happens, the crown begins to go, whoa, what is happening? What am I? Wait a second. Whoa, where am I? What the fuck? Why am I? You see the crown kind of shaking like it's trying to move. Where are my arms? Where are my legs? What the? And the eye darts around, begins to
who-
look at everyone.
Who am I speaking to?
What? I'm Ablazius, one of the angels of the heavenly realm. Who are? What have you done to me, you foul beasts?
It's not I who've done anything to you. We've simply liberated this place from an evil being.
So, you're saying that someone else did this to me, and now I don't.
I'm not
Just moments
I'm not
ago I was
sure.
sleeping. I don't understand.
Seems like you were under some sort of spell or control. Um, what was the mother's name again?
God, I fucking.
It's like the Golden Lady, but I forget the Mother of the Angels.
Oh, the golden woman's all. I don't believe you've learned her name yet. Just the golden woman is all I believe you now.
I'd ask.
Um,
I was gonna ask. Does the name Tyrael ring a bell?
You mean my brother? Of course, I know my brother.
Hmm.
um,
Tyrael might know
Ablasius.
more
What's his name?
about you.
Ablasius.
Angelius. I
His
pronounced
name is Angelius.
Angelius. Yeah, I pronounced it wrong.
Angelius, I believe the Golden Lady, your mother, had a final request for me when I met her, and I touched one of the petals to the crown.
And as you touch the pedal to the crown, before it touches, he's like, "My mother, I don't have a ma," and then it all like a fucking storm hits him. Oh my god, mother! How could I have forgotten my own mother? What kind of son am I? As the crown begins to weep, you see tears begin to fall from the eye on the gem, landing to the ground. He takes a deep sigh and he begins to sob for a long, long time.
If I recall correctly, I do believe she had mentioned that it was your father who wiped your memories.
Of course. Dear old dad. Well, it seems that I'm a crown now. I don't understand how this has happened, and I don't enjoy this, but if you know Tyrael, maybe you can help me. Is there any way you can get me to him?
Of course. What is the last thing you remember about your brother?
He cast off his immortality, his heavenly being, and became immortal to fight alongside the men and women of Sanctuary against Diablo. And then one of our brothers, the Angel of Death, also. He succeeded and then began to lead some churches. After that, I remember falling asleep for a very long time.
So, DM, this crown's name is what again?
Angelius.
Angelius, and that was the original owner of the crown.
Correct. He is the angel who used to wear the crown, and would control the safety of the angel's sleeping quarters.
Okay, so it's not like it was owned by a different angel, because then that would lead to more questions.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the original crown said that you were the original owner of the crown, and the crown that you currently reside in controlled the ability of these chambers.
Yes, I remember that. I'm sorry. I believe something was blocking my memories. It seems that pedal has made things clearer. No, that wasn't correct what I told you before. I did control the the sanctuary of us angels, but it was not this crown that did so. It was me myself. That was my angelic power to create fortresses for my brothers and sisters. I am actually the one who turned the heavenly realm into a sanctuary. Before it was just wildlands of clouds and light. I myself created the walls and floors that the angels would walk upon. But it seems now that power has been fractured, weakened, essentially, and
Are,
now I am limited to creating this puny environment.
Did it absorb the petal when I touched it to it?
Yes, the one petal is now gone. You lost one petal.
It made it sound like the bad thing. This is exactly what I'm supposed to do with them.
Correct. I just forgot that you had them. That's it. Forgot.
Yeah.
Are you an angel or a god, since you created the heavens, or what it became?
Oh.
These terms are the same thing to us. Angels,
Ah.
gods. It is all but the same. There is those stronger than us, though. My mother and my father. They were the strongest of all of the divinities. Yeah. Blah.
Words. I know. Okay. Well, that is certainly interesting.
I'm sorry to say that I don't believe your mother exists anymore. She had stored her power within the and transferred herself into me when I was summoned here. One of her parting wishes and gestures was handing me these petals to give to her children.
Ah, that does make sense. I did not have hope.
Although she did mention that she couldn't give one of these to Tyrael since he had abandoned his immortality, so I don't know if that means anything to you.
It saddens me, but it was his very own choice to do so, and I do not fault him for that.
Oh, very well. I suppose we should bring you to Tyrael, since we need to go speak with him anyway in regards to this priest Maxi business.
Indeed. Let us make haste. The crowd begins to try to move again. You see it shaking in Godak's hands, and then it's like, oh, right. I do not have a body. And with that, I assume you
Okay,
begin,
sorry. Woo.
I assume you begin to make your
On
way out.
our way out, I'm gonna put my hand on Atlan, and I'm gonna hold the book out to him. I know this business is deeply tied to you, but I would understand if you're not in the right frame to spearhead it.
Do you say anything back, Alan?
No, I don't. I don't think he's still processing. So he's hearing you. He's making eye contact so that he hears you. He's not ready for decisions like that.
So as I'm holding out the book, you kind of walk away from it.
No, I don't go anywhere. I'm kind of here.
I understand. I guess we'll see this through for you.
I trust you.
And then I guess we go back to the tavern. I'm assuming Yorman goes with Thaddeus.
Yes, Jormungandr and Thaddeus. You see Thaddeus grab onto Jormungandr, and like a blink, you see them both disappear.
Now, because Riley didn't react when he saw it, but if it is a dwarven deity, what would have Riley done when he saw him?
He's Riley's a dwarf of these lands.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has no idea what the fuck Jormungandr is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and store him there, and perfect. All right, with that, there are various like health potions and stuff around. If anyone wants me to give them some potions, I can. I feel like
Of course,
Well,
Emmy was gonna go look for
search.
them with her
Yeah.
detect magic, because they got detected, so she'll.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd probably on our way. We'd probably thoroughly search the area but instead of actually like role playing it out, if you want to just make it easier.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a d6. Emmy, you find 6 potions. You can choose any potions of rare quality and lower. Okay.
Yep, great.
I'm just gonna make it easy on myself. Choose 6 potions of rare quality or lower.
Is there anything else to scavenge through this area?
Yeah. I mean, not really. All of the weapons and shit were stored in his hoard. Potions. Most Emmy found pretty much all of them. And Jormungandr was the only hidden thing I had planned. So that's it. Yeah, that's all I have for this area. The gold and the reward for the fight is a setup for Act 2. I'll be honest. The whole curse and everything is set up for your quests for the next act.
All right.
Right.
Okie dokes.
All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and grab everyone. Or actually, first, before you all leave the Outlaws Refuge, as you leave Vadagar, I will say that you're heading the group. As you leave the Kingpin's chambers, Riley following ya, Godak.
Oh wait, what about Arista? We can't just leave her.
Oh, right.
I will
And
probably
Nessa.
then. I'll yeah, and we're just gonna lay Nessa down in the bed beside her, and then I guess we can leave. We'll leave Willow, Riley, to watch over them and keep them safe, just in case.
Yeah. If
I
anything,
can leave. I can leave Lila to watch over them.
For simplicity's sake, rather than leaving anyone, let's just fucking. Riley will carry Arista because he's a big boy and he can. Well, not a big boy, but he's a hefty fellow. He'll carry
He's a
Arista.
sturdy guy.
And Willow will carry Nessa since Willow and Nessa.
Well,
are...
I can carry. I'll carry Arista, and then Riley can carry Nessa.
I was just gonna have Willow do Nessa.
We're sturdy.
All right, yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. All right, so Nessa.
We're sturdy dwarves.
Nessa carried by Riley and Arista carried by you.
And then we'll go lay them down in their
Hold on.
in their rooms.
1 second. We're gonna do some role playing first. All right, Vadagar attached, Riley attached. Emmy, you'll be following behind Godak and Mortem.
I was taking potions.
Yep. And then last will be Willow, and Atlin will be literally trailing behind by a lot. God will also come out with you all, jumping down the stairs. He'll jump up to as you all begin to exit, pouring out of the vomitorium, which is a exit way in Roman terms. As you exit the vomitorium, and you see the Outlaws Refuge before you, you all see a sight of hundreds and hundreds of individuals all standing and staring at you. And the second you all walk out and they see every single one of you, Atlin trailing behind the very end, they all begin to cheer as Gob jumps down all the way down the stairs onto the table, and he lifts his little goblin arms into the air, saying, "All hail, heroes of Tristram! All hail, heroes of Tristram!" And then everybody in the crowd all begin to chant together, "All hail the heroes of Tristram." All in unison, as Sir Gaul stands atop one of the large platforms, and he looks to all of you with a smile as he stomps his staff on the ground and disappears.
Scene, Emmy will just hold up the fairy, or not the fairy. What am I saying? The ferret, full Lion King style.
And everyone looks. They all kind of look to each other, confused, but then they just all go, "Woo! Woo! Ferret! Ferret!" They all just start chanting, "Ferret! Ferret! Ferret!"
What happened? So, did both those other guys that tried to jump in the fight there at the end, did both of them are just vanished?
Oh yeah, they're both gone.
Like the guy I found that we used to talk to Luca and the.
Yep, they're both just disappeared. You look around the crowd trying to find them, but they're both just gone.
Gotcha.
And as you come down the stairs, what do you do? What do you say as all these people chant, calling you all the heroes of Tristram, worshiping you all? What do you say? What do you do?
I've been doing a lot of talking, so I'm gonna give time for other people to answer.
When Emmy held up the ferret after they stopped chanting ferret, she'd probably say something along the lines of, "This is what remains of the kingpin."
Everyone falls to a hushed silence. That's the kingpin? Oh my god, that's the kingpin. That's all that's left of the kingpin? Did the kingpin own a ferret? I didn't know the kingpin owned a ferret. I guess he liked ferrets. That's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, he was the kingpin. As the crowd falls to another hush, as it looks like they're all waiting for you to like give a speech or something.
We've ended the tyranny that you've been under from the kingpin. I'd like to say that everything's over and you are free, but we still have one more matter to discuss. And then perhaps you can leave this place and live in Tristram alongside the rest of its residents.
Just gonna say, you guys could totally do this as a situation where you bring them all up and like you're walking in front of them, and then like Priest Maxi runs up like, "What are these people doing here?" And then you like hold up the book and you expose him in front
Well,
of.
I wanted to go talk to Tyrael first.
Is Tyrael? Hold on, I forget.
Because we got the crown, and it's his church, and yeah, he should definitely be the one
Right.
coming with us about this.
That's my bad. I was mistaken for my Friday campaigns. Tyrael's gone in my Friday campaigns. He's missing, so I forgot he's not missing in this campaign. So when you kept saying you were going to talk to Tyrael, I was my brain. I was like, can they even do that? I thought he was gone, and that's why. Okay, all right. So all right. So you say this, and they all chant. They cheer even harder. They're all very happy. They're ecstatic about this. As they all begin to
Did you
make
want
a
the phone or
way.
not?
They all begin to make a way, like they all begin to part, making a pathway, clearing the way for you to get to the elevator that leads out back to the statue.
While we're walking towards the elevator, I will use a prestidigitation to make small flowers that I just toss as we go.
Yeah, but as you guys make your way through,
Basically, being a flower girl.
they all it's like that's I can't remember what it's from, or I can't remember if it's like Hunger Games or something. Where that's
Every wedding, you just put the flower girl tossing flowers up.
like the different people kind of reach out and they like kind of touch you, and they all look at you with like with glee and happiness in their eyes as you all make your way to the elevator, opening it up, and you step inside as the stone door seals behind you and the platform begins to raise. You all begin to slowly see light seeping through the cracks of the door as it begins to slowly slide open, revealing the little ladder that leads up to the statue. As you all see, the statue's platform begins to lift and spin, raising until it's open entirely and you all can exit. Exiting outside back into daylight for the first time for what feels like months. You all
But
see
was really only about 10 minutes.
and you all see the break of day as you all see Gorath, and Sarkoth gleefully waiting for you to return, and upon seeing you all, you see smiles burst on their faces as they all run towards you, and they all give you big happy hugs. Gorath walking up to you, Atlan, he looks down to you, seeing your sad face, and he says, "Where is Buddy Straw?"
After a moment, Alan responds, "He's gone, buddy."
"No, little friend is gone? That makes Gorath sad. You must be sad too, Atlan." And he puts out his hand, offering to let you step up on it. He says, Let's go. we can try to remember him.
Sounds good, buddy.
And you step up onto Gorath's hand as he lifts you up and he places you on his shoulder. And I'm just going to lock you in place. As you guys don't add to initiative. As you guys just go to like the outskirts of the town, just walking towards the the exit, but you guys just you just begin to wander, just looking around. You visit the grave sites and everything, and you and Gorath just spend some time together, just reminiscing and remembering Straw and everything you all did together. And as the rest of you all see Gorath leaving with Atlan, you know that they need this. They have to go and get some time to themselves. So, what are the rest of you guys gonna do?
We're going to talk to. We're going back to the tavern to talk to Tyrael, yeah,
Okay, Vadagar,
and to deposit our friends.
you hop atop Gorath, or Gorothra, not Gorath, and Riley hops atop Sarkoth, carrying Nessa, and you guys quickly make your way back to the tavern.
Kodak, you're coming with us too, right?
I mean, you
Yeah.
too.
So I mean, we're not gonna fucking dart ahead of everybody else. We're traveling as a group.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
As
then
you guys get to the tavern, you hop off Gorothra and Sarkoth, the two of them, giving you guys some, like I said, some more hugs and everything before you send them back to the private stables.
Oh.
Okay. And Gorothra and Sarkoth will go back to the private stables. You guys enter the tavern carrying carrying Arista and Nessa.
died. I need the batteries, but I said, "Can you leave Gorothra and Sarkoth outside? I'm gonna tell them that I want to accompany me somewhere in a moment."
Okay, gotcha. All
And
right.
then I'm off mic here again in a second because I need to change.
Okay, cool. All right. We will go ahead and take this opportunity to take a quick 13-minute break. We will return at 5:30. Ooh, this is also the time where I can get all of your guys' opinion on the new We Will Return screen. Everyone watching the stream, what do you guys think?
Catch up. Give us a sec.
My mic's
Oh
back.
yeah, that's a great screen. Oh yeah, I like it.
With that,
Wait. So what's going on?
Oh, just break time.
Yeah, the stream for we're break.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Please do remember, Laughter, that you are still visible on Discord. Hear me. You're still streaming on Discord, so just remember, yeah, your video is still streaming. Yeah, yeah, that good. Yeah, just so you were aware, instead of like thinking you're not. Yeah.
right back.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So
I'm
yeah,
here.
did y'all thought the B back screen's cool?
Oh yeah, I love it. One thing you might want to do if you're like customizing all the other ones to the campaigns, you might want to do one for the individual campaigns though.
Make it yellow. Make it white. I mean, just like I made this one blue and white. Yeah, customize it for each.
Yeah, or you could even put on the characters.
Oh yeah, I totally could. I totally could. Like actually like put them there.
Yeah,
I just gotta find
yeah.
a way to make it look good because it's an AI image and
Oh yeah,
the art
of
style doesn't
course.
fit. But I can definitely figure something out. I can definitely try.
I mean, you could always like pop our character images into an AI tool and specify it to a style.
Yeah, that never works. I've tried that 1,000. You have to have
Draw.
I have to pay. If you have like a paid AI service, it will work. But I have all mine for free because I'm broke. So, yeah, all the ones I have, they're not quite the
I
best.
refuse to pay for AI simply because
Exactly.
it's AI. It's made to make our lives easier. Why do I have to pay for it?
Yep. So yeah, I don't fuck with that. Yeah. So yeah, sadly the ones I have, whenever I give it an image, it never actually takes that image and does something with it. It makes it look completely different.
That's sad.
A lot of the time too, it'll see a drawn face and it'll think it's a real face and it'll blur it. So it also fucks it up like that too, which is crazy. Because a lot of AI tools have to blur faces so that you can't make like deep fake porn with it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's right. A lot of celebrities got mad about that.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up thing. So I would be pretty like
It is really fucked up. I'd also be pretty fucking mad, but like at that point, if enough of your face is out there that someone can without effort make it.
yeah, as someone who my partner is a adult content creator of the same space, she definitely yeah, we both are of the same
Yeah.
appearance that yeah, it's just not cool. It especially because a lot of those
No.
women they actively choose not to make money off their bodies in that way, which is their entire
Yeah.
choice, and then someone goes around them and does it anyway. It's definitely not cool. So I get
Yeah.
I get why they have to do it. So I don't complain too much. I understand. All right. Regardless, everyone, if you can, open back the stream up to make sure you're still running it, and let's go ahead and get back into it. So, Vadagar, you come storming in. Riley, Godak, and Emmy following behind you. You quickly go put down Arista and Nessa in their respective rooms, and you come back. Tyrael now standing, seeing like the commotion and everything, and he looks to you and he says, "Vadagar, what is happening?"
A few things. First,
Well,
Godak.
yeah, I walk up and I am I present your brother, and I hold out the crown in front of him.
And the crowd's eye it gazes around the room before it locks dead on Tyrael, and it speaks. Oy vey, brother. It's good to see you once again. Tyrael's fucking face goes shock-filled as he looks at the crown and he's like, Angelius? Yes, it is I in the flesh. What has happened to you? Ha, I have no idea, brother. As Tyrael like asks to hold the crown.
And I sort of hand it to him.
He looks at the crown and he says, I am so very sorry that I could not defend you as a big brother should. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. You had others to protect looking around the town and the tavern. And the crown says, and it seems you've done a mighty fine job. You've protected these folk, even from this supposed new disaster. Just as you did against Diablo, and just as you did against our brother. Tyrael begins to get teared up, obviously, and as he holds the crown very tight. And he says, I believe I know a way to get you out of there. Let's see. And he walks over, still holding the crown. Walking up to a box. Closed box. As he pops open the top of the box with just his fucking gauntlets in his hands. And he reaches inside and he grabs out a mannequin. Raising the mannequin up, he locks the joints in place. Little gears and such slide and close so that the mannequin is standing upright. As he takes his hand on the crown, and then he places his other hand onto the mannequin's head. And you see his whole body begin to glow gold, as you've seen him do a few times before. The first time being when he cleared the path for you to escape Tristram and to enter the monastery. And also the same glow that you know to be the magic that causes the way shrine stones to work. The same magic you know Tyrael to be very limited on and be running out of. As he pumps a large portion of what he has left into the crown and into the mannequin. And after about 30 seconds of his body glowing gold and a blinding flash exploding, you then see the mannequin begin to grow features, flesh, skin, meat, bones, nerves, eyes, as it begins to come to life as a naked man. He's blonde haired, about in his looks to be in his like mid 40s, rather toned body, pretty tight abs, fucking schlong hanging down pretty far, and he's just in shock, looking around. He seems very confused as he looks to Tyrael and he says, "Brother? Ah, it is good to see you in the flesh, but now I am sorry to say you are like me, but a mere mortal." Apparently Angelius, looking down to himself, looking around, he sees all of you and he says, "Ah, friends! Thank you so much!" As he comes running up to you. I don't have an image, obviously, because I can't fucking have an image of a nude dude running up. But he runs up and he goes straight to you, Vadagar, and he tries to give you a big hug, which obviously, you're short and he's normal.
I'll float up. Thank you.
Normal. You quickly float up, perfect, and you greet him for the hug, and he looks to you and he jumps back and he says, "Well, thank you so much, all of you." And he goes to Godak and he gives you a hug too, Godak. You're obviously much taller, so only sadly your little turtle pet suffers the fate of having to be slapped in the face by a dick. As you hear the sound of the
Cock slaps for everybody.
straight under the little turtle's head, as you hear him just go, "Eek!" And you see his arms and like legs jump into his shell and his head shoots inside, as he does like the classic like turtle thing, like the cartoon turtle thing where like he goes inside the shell.
Yeah.
As he gives Godok a hug and then he turns around quickly, running to Riley.
Does the turtle now have a permanent mushroom stamp?
Okay, take a funny die. As he runs up to Riley and he gives Riley a hug, Riley kind of just like hugging the side of his leg, staying very away from the member. As he finally runs up to Emmy and he goes to give Emmy a hug as well.
Oh, he doesn't even get through her. She turns invisible. As I cast greater invisibility, and just wait there until he's like given up.
He looks around for a second and then he like turns to Tyrael and he says, "Brother, can we still use our sight in these forms?" As Tyrael says, "To a degree." As he you see him begin to channel magic into his eyes as they begin to glow blue, in a similar hue to Tyrael's golden magic, but like I said, it's like a crystal, like a cyan blue. As he then sees you with true sight, and he runs up and he continues to try to hug you.
Okay. I mean, she stands pretty stiff, arms like out, up and out,
Yeah.
shooting like away. She just stands there. It's pretty awkward. She is pretty tall, but like.
Yeah, you just try not to look down as he gives you a hug and he quickly lets go. And he walks back over to his brother, places his hands on his hips, and he stands proud. And he looks to all of you and he says, "Well, this is so insane to be made as a mortal. Well, if it's good enough for my brother, I guess it's fine enough for me as well." As I will have to get an image made for him later, as I was not expecting this, obviously.
Hopefully with clothes on.
Oh, yeah, he'll get close. As Tyrael turns to him and he says, "Brother, I know you don't understand this, but you're hanging dong." As Angelius looks to him and he says, "Huh?" And he looks down and he says, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I forgot mortals have these. You know, right, right. And he kind of like, he reaches over and he just grabs like a tablecloth and he just wraps it around his waist. It barely covers anything. You can still see like half of it dripping down. And he thinks it's covered him up, so he stands back once again, posing. He just wobbling back and forth, slapping against your
I I
fucking
I
thigh.
cast minor illusion to just extend the
Yeah,
the
yeah. It becomes just a little bit longer, just long enough, that it's barely out of sight. And he says, "Ah, much better. Sorry about that, fellas." And find Famals as well, as he looks to you, Emmy, and he gives you a wink.
Okay.
As Tyrael kind of slaps his head, uh, gripping his brow, covering his eyes. He turns to Angelius and he says, "All right, brother, let us get you to your room. You need rest. These mortal bodies are very strange like that." And he's like, "Yeah, I have noticed. I've been getting this feeling I'm very tired." And he falls asleep right on Tyrael's shoulder as he picks him up and he carries him upstairs and he puts him down in a room, and he comes back downstairs and he looks to you all. He says, "Well, now that the business of my brother has been handled, I can see that I guess the kingpin went well. You left with my brother. Oh, here's the crown, by the way." And he gives the crown back, and it still contains the powers, by the way. Just no longer contains his soul. So, Godek, you take back the crown.
Yep.
And he looks to you, Vadagar, and he says, what is the news? Have you felled the kingpin? What is to go next?" We don't hear you, Vadagar, if you're talking.
Yep, my bad.
That makes
yes.
sense. That explains it.
Unfortunately, Atlan would have been the best one to handle this. However, we have lost Straw during the fight. Atlan's rather hard.
Tyrael hears you say this, and he becomes heartbroken. He says, "Oh, Straw is dead. One of my finest soldiers has passed on.
Furthermore, I'm sorry to cut your grievance, but furthermore, you need to look at this." And I'll hand him information on Maxie.
Well, yes, of course, Vadagar." He takes it and he begins to glance it over, and he says, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." It goes from shock to disgust to anger, just a range of emotions as he just continues to flip through the pages. As he looks at you and he says, This is enough to take back my seat as the head of the courts of justice."
I say we should go confront him now, but I felt like it is your church, so you are best to spearhead this.
No, no, no. I think what is best is we hold a celebration tonight. A feast. For an unknown reason, we gather everyone in Tristram, every single soul, and at the tavern, we show them all who Maxie truly is, and we detain him there. We take him, and we free this town, and we bring those people back to the surface where they belong.
Ralph, if that's the way you wish to proceed.
Unless you have a better plan, please speak now if such is the case.
My original plan was to follow out. It is his church, it is your church. I merely pass information. I will follow what.
And you would think to yourself that, if Atlan were here, he'd be following whatever Tyrael wanted to do. So,
Also, Tyrael would say, "Well, that is not a terrible idea. I do fear if we were to enter the church's domain, they might attempt to lock the doors and make sure we never exit again. And then explaining the bloodshed to people after might be a bit harder." I do not think we couldn't handle it, but as I said, explaining to everyone of the town why we slaughtered Priest Maxi in his own temple might cause some problems.
Again, I leave it to you. I know if Atlan were to spearhead,
You're cutting in and out of
detain
Vadagar.
him. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Uh, Discord.
Um,
I mean, if you want to speak, you can totally speak now.
Glamour speaks up and says, doing it publicly has a effect on people and often persuades them to think it is they have an easier time believing it is true if there is many believing the same thing. So I do believe it would be beneficial to do it publicly, and I can even help with the announcements given my bardic skills.
Gilbert overhears bardic skills and he gets the fuck up and he walks over and he says, "Well, can I, the great Gilbert Gungo, be of assistance? I heard bardic skills are needed." And he looks at you and he says, if it's not the fair maiden. Well, hello, as he strums his guitar.
I look at him. I've not coldly but indifferent, and I say, I think in this case, maybe one of the people who helped free the underworld in the city could do it.
Well, I mean, what is better than one bard but two? And he kind of nudges his shoulder at you. And he's like, I'll be your backup singer, darling.
While I appreciate the thought, we will not be doing it either in song or in glamour. We will be giving a serious message, and therefore we need to be serious.
Oh, I can set down a serious beat for you, baby. As he begins to.
I believe music would undercut the seriousness of the situation. To be a good bard is also to know when to play and when not to play for dramatic effect.
All right, baby. You're saying that silence speaks louder than music here. I get what you're laying down. As he kind of moves over to the other side and he says, Well, very well. Let me just say that you are quite the genius. And then he walks over and he starts to talk to Godric over here.
Great. Crisis averted.
Yeah, and Tyrael, I know that Atlan's not in his right mind, but I don't believe his intentions were ever to kill Maxi. Regardless of the situation, I think it would have been more to have him detained or imprisoned.
Of course, Vadagar. I was just speaking that if we were to enter the church and attempt to show his corruptness there, that his loyal followers might lock the doors and attempt to not let us leave. And in a situation like that, I don't think we would have much choice but to remove his head from his slimy, slithery shoulders.
Or rendering him unconscious. But that brings up another point. Again, we will follow whatever you ask, but if his followers are in league with him, would that not be a good opportunity to rout all of them instead of letting after we imprison him in a public space, his followers could slip away as well. It's just another thing to consider.
Worry not, he is not. His followers are not like the head of a hydra, where he is but one of many intelligent ones, and cutting one off simply leads to the others thriving. No, it is more like. Do you know what a rat king is?
No, but I know rats are still going to be rats, whether they have a king or not.
No. A rat king is when many rats stuck in a small environment, accidentally tie their tails together. They conglomerate into essentially a hive mind. But when one of them dies, it begins to drag the rest of them down, slowly causing rot, decay, and disease to fester until each and every one perishes the same fate. That is what I believe will happen. We kill Priest Maxi, the smartest of the rats in this swarm, and the rest will simply feast on his corpse and ideologies until they all fester and die the same fate.
I'll leave it to you for whatever you think is best. I was just providing insight or multiple avenues.
Of course, of course. If his organization was more intelligent, where he had anyone other than Khan who was, you know, competent, I would be indeed worried of his followers causing problems, but they are all but
But,
mountain folk convinced of bad things by a mind washer, a
well,
brainwasher.
keep in mind that he does have ties to our main foe.
Indeed, and now that we have this to prove it, everyone in town who believed his ideologies should begin to see who he truly is.
All right.
Yeah, this journal also contains pages of him admitting to working with him and the Dark Mage. So yeah, this will prove everything.
Jokes.
All right, as you hand it over to him entirely, right? Like he just has it now. He's holding on to it.
Yeah, I handed it to him.
Yeah.
Like I said, it would have been Atlan taking care of this, but since Atlan is too be grieved, I provided a tutorial for him to take care of.
All right. Tyrael says that he will have the barmaidens spread the news of the celebration to be had tonight, and in the meantime, you are all given some downtime. So what we are going to be doing is for the next hour from 6 to 7, I'm going to do downtime for all of you guys. I'm going to go one by one. I'm going to give each of you 4 slots. We're going to take the time to really role play everything out. After your 4 slots, we're going to go to everyone. We're going to start the party, you know, the celebration, and then that's where we're going to wrap up today's session, and we'll pick up there next week. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So with
Sure.
that being said, we all have an hour for downtime now. So who wants to start? You all get four slots. Like I said, I'm not doing makeup time for missed downtime. It's just what it is. So we're going back to the regular
Yeah, no,
downtime.
100%.
Yeah.
So everyone gets 4 slots. What does everyone want to do?
Gonna say, can we start off with Atlan since he's been quiet the entire
Yeah,
session? Give him a chance
Atlan. Yeah, Atlan. We cut to you on Gorath's shoulder. You're in the cemetery. You just sitting upon him as he walks around, looking to all the different graves.
Yeah, I mean, Alan probably after getting back to town, like you said, he'd probably wander outside the castle or the town walls for a while, just kind of reflecting, um, stopping here and there to make a prayer or you know, as he lets his mind wander a little further and reflect. But after a few hours, he's pretty let's say like strong mentally, right? So he does well. While it was a significant blow, it's not the first time he's dealt with death. So I don't think he's like, you know,
and looking down to Gorath.
depressed for days. Yeah.
Yeah, looking down to Gorath as well. You see your big buddy to your side as well. You know you have other compatriots and allies that, while they won't replace straw in your heart, you know you can still count on them to be there for you and to rely on.
Right. So once he's felt he's done his, due respect and spent enough time to reflect, as he has done before for others, he'd head back to town and go about his usual business of checking on the tavern, the orphanage, the caravan.
Yes, your caravan gold. Let's go ahead and roll that for this week. So for your regular, your currency from the town, you earn a total of 150. You sell 150. Okay. And as for your caravan, you sell
So to find where I
83.
put these questions.
83.
83.
Yep.
Okay. I definitely have enough to cover that. I've been keeping around like 600 on
Yeah,
hand.
I trust you, bro.
Oh,
You're good, man. I know you're
yeah.
that's goddamn business
I don't.
tycoon over
You
there
know
with
how many
you.
sessions ago the last time I wrote down what my prices were? I'll have to find it, but I'll do that later, of
Yeah,
course.
you're good.
Check on the orphanage.
Orphanage is running fine. You've only been gone for like 10 minutes since the last time you were here, man. It felt like months, obviously. Like I said, you guys seeing the sunlight again, but that was obviously because it has been months for us. But for your characters, it's been like 15, 30 minutes since you went down there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so Orphanage is doing fine. It's pimp chimping.
Yeah.
That's a lot of product to have sold in 15 minutes.
But that's a week's worth.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, true.
it's a week's worth. Yeah, but like I said, it's because technically speaking, it's only been
We just calculated on the downtime. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I thought we had done something else and then ran over there. I didn't think I had a chance to check on the orphanage, but if you say it's all right, it's all right. They don't need
Oh no, no,
anything.
my
I
Orphanage is doing
imagine the
fine.
tavern then.
Tavern's
The
fine.
tavern's the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tavern has earned a
I
little bit of money.
believe.
Hold on. Tavern has earned a little bit of money. Let me roll that. Go ahead and
Well,
add.
that's I never calculated that for my money. That was always Gwen's money, and then occasionally I've asked her for money, but
Oh, right. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
um, I just get the beer profits from the tavern.
Yeah.
I know there was an item I wanted to go to Thaddeus and find. Trying to find where I wrote it down. We were talking about it. It is a crest or something that gives me +2 to my main stat, wisdom.
Yeah, it's an amulet. You're a
Amulet of
cleric,
Devout.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Yep.
go. Yeah.
Amulet of the Devout +2 is the rare version. Yeah.
All right.
So I'd want to go to Thaddeus and search for that.
You enter.
What's the cost for what did you say? Rare is +2.
Rares are
Yeah.
usually around 250 gold. They can range up to 500 though.
Okay, so if I wanted an amulet of devout of a very rare quality, how much would that be roughly?
That would be like 750 to 1,000.
Okay. Let's go for the +2 one then.
All
Go.
right.
So that's a rare level item.
Oh, sadly, yeah, it's a 4 and a 2. Neither of those rolls are high enough to find it. So the rare is not found.
Fair enough.
I can do the
Not
very
this
I
time.
can do the very rare if you want to try. It might be better rolls.
Well, until I figure out what my. Here we go. I found it. I will do 15 and 10. I don't know that I can afford it yet. Hold on. So that's 83 gold. 225 gold. Okay, no, I can't afford a very rare. So, no, we'll just wait till next time.
You can put a down payment on it
Um,
if you want, or at least try to.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess is it using more time or is this like a 4 hour slot where I can search for as many items as I want and that's just one 4 hour
Yeah,
slot?
yeah. Your shopping slot is always just one slot, and you can look for as many items. Yeah.
Then yeah, try the very rare,
I already
please.
did roll, and I actually rolled an at 20, which means you find it.
Yeah, and it's at half price.
Yeah, so it goes from 750, 800 to 400, so it's 400 gold.
It's 400 gold. Oh, I can pay for it. All right. So that is the Amulet of Devout +3.
Yeah. It gives +3 to your spell save DC and to your to hit modifier.
Yes, that's what I want. Because my save DC is, in my opinion, is still low. So Amulet of Devout +3. That's minus 400 gold. And then I was going to ask Thaddeus. I know Gorath got the Elven armor or something a few sessions ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to see if maybe, or armor of the Elven Barbarian, right?
Yeah.
If there was something else that Thaddeus could think of or knew of that had on hand that might help him be a little bit more durable or powerful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, a giant weapon would be great for him.
Yes. Maybe something that does some sort of what do you call it? Like fire damage or cold damage or special damage.
Okay.
There are the flame tongue ones that I can think of items.
Yeah, I like that. I like the flame tongue.
Flame tongue mace.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be cool. All right.
I guess let's start at +1 because that's a good portion of my funds on the amulet, so I don't have a lot more to throw
Plus
around.
ones on uncommon. You automatically find those. That's 150 gold.
Okay, yeah, I can afford that. So that'll be my shopping trip.
All right. Gorath is
150
given
gold for you said a mace, a flame tongue,
flame tongue mace. Figured that'd be a cool weapon for Gorath to wield. It's a big mace.
+1. Yeah, I definitely was thinking like a hammer for him. So you're right on there.
Hell yeah.
That's my shopping
He looks at you
slot.
and he
I'm
says,
pretty
"Thanks,
sure.
little buddy. I like it."
No problem, buddy. You beat stuff up with that.
Oh, I thought it was a popsicle. Okay.
I mean, maybe when you're done beating people with it, yeah.
Ooh. I do like iron.
There you go.
All right. And you go he goes stomping outside and you're still riding on his shoulder. Where y'all going next?
I have not checked in on Billy in a while.
Ah, so you head to the tavern. And as you get close to the tavern, you see outside is Garothra and Sarkoth. Next to Garothra is Oa the guard, and next to Sarkoth is Billy. Sitting atop Billy's shoulder, you see his little pet Fernando.
Greet him something like, "Good day, Billy. How have you been? How is your training going?
Oh, pretty good, Dad.
You want to show me some moves and let's see how you've been faring."
Did he actually become a barbarian yet? I forget.
No, I don't think so. What I have marked down is that he's got. Oh shoot, he he's got 10 of 10 for unlocking barbarian, but
Yep.
you said his strength wasn't high enough.
No, he did unlock it. He has officially become a barbarian, if I am correct.
So he would be a usable
Yes,
ally now.
he's officially a usable ally. Correct, Amundo.
I don't know. I must have maybe forgot to
I
know
think yeah,
his.
I think you said you were gonna make a sheet for him, and then obviously the kingpin thing happened, and I think it became like in the back of our minds.
Right. Okay. So should I guess we can figure that out later as far as what his stat block and stuff will look like. Um, guess I could just train something because I all my upkeep is done. Um, how many slots do I have left?
3.
I have 3 more slots of time. If my wisdom is a 21, what do I need to roll to start to increase it any further?
Your wisdom's a 21. You just keep doing it. It's just your checks are harder.
That's what I mean. Am I looking at like only 20s will improve it at this point?
Pretty much 19s and 20s and higher are gonna be about all you can do. For now until
Okay.
until Act
Let
2
me
starts. That is
train Constitution.
okay. All right. So you and Gorath, you guys head together to the training hall, and I assume you just trained with Gorath, right?
Yeah,
You
I
stand there.
imagine they're just gonna like throw rocks at me, and I'm just gonna try to like withstand them or something.
He's just gonna punch you. You're just gonna keep letting him punch you. He's just gonna punch you. And fucking.
Yeah, like Harry Houdini style, just keep punching me in the guts.
Yep. He's just gonna pull out one of his little fingers, and he's just gonna keep poking you as like with a little bit of force. And every time he pokes you, he hits you right in the chest, and it knocks the wind out of you. But you try to stay. You try to withhold it. So, how many slots do you want to use? All three?
Oh yeah, I'll just use the rest.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll me 3 Constitution, and since Constitution has no skill, that's it.
Would you? Trying to think if there's a skill that would make any sense, but that's obviously why there is none, right?
Yep. Literally.
I mean, one thing I could think of is like poison resistance.
It's not really for
Not really here,
yeah.
but like if anything around Constitution is usually like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
And
conditions.
I'm guiding myself, so that is rolling with advantage, right?
yes.
So I will roll 2 20s. 17 plus 3 is a 20.
All right, that'll be what's your constitution stat right now?
It is 17 at the moment.
17, so +2.
I got another 20, so that'll be a total of 4. And final rolls, that's a 21. So another +2, I guess.
Yeah, another +2.
All right, so I'm at 17.6.
Okay. All right.
And that's on my downtime. I'm going to imagine that after this, we're taking a long rest so I can start resetting my spells and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, everyone go ahead and officially take a long rest now. Obviously we're going to do the party thing. So before we wrap up your downtime, Atlan, you head back to the tavern. You leave Gorath outside and you head inside. And Tyriel informs you of the plan. You don't see Vadagar or anyone. They're all out doing their own shit right now. But you sit down, you talk to Tyriel. He obviously gives you his condolences about Straw. You guys obviously talk about that for a bit because he also really cared for Straw. And then after that, he tells you about the plan to expose Priest Maxi at the party tonight at the tavern.
I tell him I concur. I think that's his plan is probably the best course of action, and that in my current state, I hope that I can control my actions once if it comes to fighting him.
He says he completely understands, and he just asks that you make sure not to go overboard.
I will do my best, and now I must rest.
All right, and Atlan, we cut from you over to the next person who wishes to go next. Who wants
I
to
gotta
go
think of it.
next? Godok? Okay.
I gotta think a bit.
Oh, you gotta think a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, Emmy.
Um, yeah, what I'm thinking is I'll calm a bit down on my charisma increase because that'll just increase the scaling for everyone else way too high. So I might try to work up on setting up a reliable source of income.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Um, I'm thinking something along the lines of setting up like a proper apothecary here
Apothecary.
in Tristram.
The
Yeah, apothecary
fuck is an
is
apothecary?
an apothecary. It's where they like they make and sell medicine.
It's
Ah,
like the pharmacy way
It's
back
a
when.
pharmacy, but it's
potion
just
maker.
old. Yeah, I mean that's an alchemist, but yeah, making potions and making normal medicines for normal people.
Ah, regular medicine.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. So you speak of the sciences.
yeah.
Ah, group. Do you want to inform Emmy of how the sciences are treated? Latigar, you know better than anyone because you talked to Thaddeus.
Oh, sorry. Isn't it just like something that's not well known here?
It's not accepted currently. Well, actually, right. The only reason it's not accepted is because Priest Maxi. So as soon as you handle that situation, then you can start setting that up. Because okay, for just since Vadagar, it's been a while. To be fair, I understand he
Yeah, it's
doesn't
been
remember.
like almost 2 months. I guess.
Exactly. So Thaddeus has informed Vadagar and the rest of the group, Godok and Atlan. Probably not you. I don't know if you were. I don't think you were with us. I think this is when Xerix was still with us. But the sciences are seen as like bad. They go against God because they're not the usual shit that you
The
get,
usual medieval science is witchcraft,
but not witchcraft because
but not
obviously
witchcraft because
they don't
witchcraft is
because
magic.
they don't care about magic because it's
Yeah.
they're exactly. So yeah, you would know this because they would inform you of this probably because you're their party member now, so they would have told you
Yeah.
everything. So yeah,
I think Chiriel mentioned something about it, but uh, my thought is because there's a lot of background work that goes into it before you can open a shop.
oh, don't worry about it. This Alan got
Oh,
his shop up in 2 sessions. It's not much.
okay.
This is goddamn tycoon
Yeah,
simulator, brother.
we have the Amish people.
This is yeah the
Oh
Amish.
yeah, true. I
The
remember that.
Amish,
Yeah.
yeah, we have the Amish. This
They're
is
not just Amish; they're magical Amish, so
yeah,
they're
yeah.
even
Yeah.
twice as fast.
That's what I'm saying. This is Tycoon Simulator, bro. You click a button
Amish
and
on
it's
haste.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Amish on ketamine.
Okay.
They're just
Oh, what
bombing
do I
haste
want to
potions all
do?
day.
Yeah.
Um.
But yeah, I definitely say just wait till next session and we can get that going.
Yeah. Okay. Um. See, I don't have money. That's my issue.
Do a
So I'd
bounty.
like to just. Yeah.
Do a bounty.
True. If there a bounty I can do?
Oh, there's always bounties are just I let you do rolls to like you go and
Oh,
fight a troll that's outside town or something. We just do some rolls and you see if you win and you get a
okay.
reward. All right. So
Okay, great. How many bounties? I'd look at the rewards first.
yeah, so rewards will depend on how many slots you want to use. You can choose a 1 slot bounty, 2 slot bounty, 3 slot bounty, or 4 slot bounty.
The average income of a 3-slot bounty. What do you think that is? If you succeed.
I'd say a slot is like 100 gold, like
So,
give or take.
so yeah, a 3-slot bounty will be fine.
Okay, so you 3 slot bounty. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I will give you some options. Let's see here.
Preferably something that's not immune to charm.
There are a few zombies in old Greta Guildwitch's basement. She needs them dealt with. It's a 3-slot bounty, and it pays 350 gold. We've got Erwin Erdtree. His cat has turned into a monster. It has eaten his dog, and it needs to be killed. That is a 3-star bounty. That pays 325 gold. And let's see, one more. Cindy Lou Who has discovered a giant hole in her backyard. Upon looking into it, she swears she sees a set of eyes. She doesn't want it in her backyard anymore. Which mission do you want?
That's fair. So the zombies or the monsters seem the most dangerous right now. The hole you can walk around. The zombies are in a basement. I think I'll choose the cat that's turned into a monster.
Okay. All right. You head to Aaron Erdtree's house. Given the location by the bounty, it takes you like 5-10 minutes to get there. Upon knocking at the door, the man opens it frantically. Oh my god, thank God! A hero of Tristram has answered the bounty. I assume that's why you're here? No one ever comes to my house for any other reason.
Well, that sounds sad, but yes, I'm here for the bounty.
That's why I have so many pets. But don't worry about it. And he opens the door and he lets you come inside. And you come inside and you hear in the distance, in the very back of the house, scuttling and just angry cat noises. And you see on the floor of the living room is a half-eaten dog. Very sad. It's a poodle. You can see,
Oh
yeah, obviously, it's. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit describe the dead dog. 'Cause I hate that.
no, no,
But
let's not.
yeah,
Let's.
so you see the sad sight, and he says, the cat, it's in the back of the house. I managed to get it locked in the bathroom. Please, you gotta handle it. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it ate my dog. I found it outside 2 days ago. I brought it inside. It was fine yesterday, and today it ate my dog.
Okay.
So you enter inside, and what do you do?
Um, my initial thought is checking if there's any magic around the cat, if there might be any magical things that are
Oh
making it
yeah,
feral.
you fucking feel magic pouring out of the closed door. The door's still shut, obviously, and locked, keeping the monster in the bathroom. But you feel magic pouring out of the bathroom door.
Okay. How is this door? It's not like abnormally thick, right?
No, it's a regular door. Yeah, it's just a
Okay.
regular wooden door.
So I use my elven lineage detect magic to try and figure out if I can figure out if it's a school of magic and if it can be dispelled.
You instantly recognize the magic with detect magic. You recognize it to be you recognize it by some strings. You see a purple string coming out of the bathroom door, floating through the cracks. You following the string, you see it leads to a window that has just a little bit of a crack in it, and it escapes, leading into the sky. You recognize this to be one of the Dark Mage's puppeteer strings.
Initial thought is close the window and try to cut the string.
The window upon closing just like pinches the string. It still
Okay.
escapes.
Okay, so it's still escaping. Um, I will then go to the bathroom. I will make sure he evacuates the house for now
He
with
gives
all
you
his pets.
he gives you the key, and
Yeah.
he takes the other cats
Yeah.
that he has, and he leaves.
So I make a little maze in the house to lead into like a big room should it be needed, so I can run if needed.
All right, you start
Um,
setting up furniture and moving things
yeah,
around.
I'm
Okay.
I'm s- I'm setting up so that if I need to run, if it instantly overpowers me, I can run, get around. And then I open the door, and the first thing I want to do when I open the door is cast Dispel Magic.
So you open the door and you cast dispel magic. Roll me Arcana.
Yeah, I will roll you Arcana.
Oh wait, you're charisma based like Vadagar.
I'm
So
yeah, I'm charisma based.
rather roll me a charisma. Just flavor it as Arcana instead.
Well, there is a spell casting roll, so I'll just use that. Yeah.
Just use that exactly.
Yeah. I get ready to open the door. I take my flute up. I now roll. I play my tune. Not that well. I rolled a 12, so that will dispel that. I don't know if it dispels. That would dispel up to a 5th level spell.
Yeah. So you play your flute and you cast dispel magic, and as the door swings open, you see a tiny little black kitten just sitting there. It seems maybe it's worked. That is until its mouth opens and it's revealed to be a flurgle. Does anyone know what flurgles are from Marvel?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it's
so, yeah.
those super cute things that actually like are super dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, they're cats that when their mouths
Yeah.
open, a giant tentacle comes out with teeth. It's vile. It's scary. It's a flurgle.
Okay.
And its tongue lashes at you, and I need a dex save.
A dex save. I'm good at those. That is yeah, a dirty 20.
All right, you dodge out of the way very easily, and you're given an opportunity to react. What do you do?
Okay. So in reaction, I will cast hypnotic pattern behind me so that it will be looking into it.
Okay.
Um,
The Flurgle's eyes meet the gaze of the hypnotic pattern, and
DC 19 wisdom save.
they fail with a 17.
Okay, so it is incapacitated, and I will I will I'll try to see what I can do. So that it's incapacitated for a minute. It can repeat the save each 6 seconds. So I brainstorm for a bit, and then I would like to roll Arcana to see if it can be dispelled, and if so, at what, like how high I'd need to roll.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I will do that.
Son of a bitch. Don't worry. I just rolled all of the
Not
checks.
20.
Oh god. Yeah, okay. So you rolling that time, you find that you see a spot of the thread that seems to be just stretched a little bit too thin. And if you cast Dispel Magic at that specific spot, you'll have advantage on your roll.
I will do that. So I cast a spell magic. Way to go! I already used all my 3rd level spell slots. I just long rested. So yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get all those back. This doesn't count.
Yeah, great. It's a 22.
That time your magic is strong enough that you create a pair of scissors and you cut through the thread with your dispel magic. And as this happens, the flurgle turns back into a normal kitten, and you have
Okay.
completed the bounty and successfully earned yourself 325 gold.
And with all my spare time, I will so not using my last slot, but with the time I have left, having prepared, I will of course make the house normal again, so it doesn't he doesn't have to
Of
deal with
course.
this himself.
Yes, of course.
I wouldn't like complete the question to just leave. Informing him that the house should be safe now.
All right, I'll be right back. I hear my dog.
Yep.
Anybody know what the name of the item is that can like bump up your ability modifier to like 18 for dexterity?
I don't know if there's a dex one. I know.
Hmm.
No, I don't know if there's like a dex one.
I've already got an
I'm
amulet, the amulet one that Erica
Huh?
gave me a while back.
Uh,
The thing that bumps up the DC of a sorcerer.
yeah,
well,
there's
My
you've
one
got
that
the manual quickness of action is something you read for a period of time, and then it improves your dexterity permanently.
by 2.
Somebody's saying there's a Ion Stone of Agility.
Oh yeah, the
It
ion
looks like it.
stone.
It looks like it will improve your dexterity while you're using it.
Because my wisdom's
Yeah.
already jacked up high, so I don't really need any items to bump that up.
But yeah, the manual of training. That's a very rare.
What's the thing that bumps up the DC of a sorcerer?
It's the Bloodwell vial.
The Bloodwell vial.
Yeah, again in the format of +1, +2, +3. Just like how weapons have it. But for the spellcasters, it's of course so much more. So much more stronger
Yeah,
because spellcasters are just better.
and I already have the druid equivalent,
Yeah,
so moonsicle. Well,
I
mine's not
mean,
technically a
for
shuriken.
for
God damn those dogs.
sorcerers.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
For sorcerers, there's also the Staff of Power you can attune to, that sorcerers, wizards, and warlock. That again increased by +2. But yeah, for Dex, I don't think there's an amulet for Dex or anything for Dex like that.
All right. So, Emmy, with your last slot of downtime, what are we doing?
I'm going shopping.
Where are
You
we
said,
going? Thaddeus?
yeah, Thaddeus. You said 325 gold, right?
Yes, you earn 325.
Okay. So, with that, I would like to buy a broom of flying.
That is an uncommon, and that is
Yeah.
means it is a it's an uncommon, but it's a 250 gold uncommon because it's a better one. And
Yeah.
it is an instant find, so he always has it.
Okay, so I buy a broom of flying for 250.
Correct.
And then I would like to. Does he sell potions or is that somewhere else?
He sells potions as well. Yes.
Okay, so potions of healing. So no potions of healing greater. So the uncommon ones. How much are those?
Those are 150 apiece.
Okay, the normal potions of healing are
50.
50. I would like to buy 3 normal potions of healing.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll buy 4. 3 for me and 1 for Lila
All
from
right.
her gold.
Perfect. All right. You buy 4 potions of healing. You hand over the gold, and the transaction's complete.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that is all I can afford for now.
All right. Which means, Emmy, that will wrap up your today's sessions of downtime, and you make your way back to the tavern for the party. From there, we've got Vadagar and Godak. Godak, you still need a little more time, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've got a couple things. I'm still trying to look at some stuff and want to
Right.
potentially buy or try to get.
All right, then. Vadagar, how would you like to spend your 4 hours of downtime? Your 4 sessions, 4 slots. I can't speak.
Yeah.
4 sessions of downtown, let's go.
Never.
Uh,
Hey, at the beginning of this campaign with the original 7 players, I gave them all 2 weeks of actual downtime that they could use in character. That was hell.
it was
Yeah.
all he had it all text based, and it
It
was
was
like you had
all text based, yeah.
to get 144 hours or something of downtime before we even started the campaign. Like that was
Yeah.
literally before even our first session.
Yeah, it was hell.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like hell, yeah.
Yeah, I fucked up. I've learned. So, Vadagar, what are we doing?
Yeah, I accidentally unplugged my mic. Whoops.
Uh,
I'm back. Well, I guess the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna go check in with Thaddeus.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep, you head to Thaddeus. He just saw you a couple minutes ago. But since
Our day
then,
of downtime.
but
I was gonna say this is our day of downtime, technically, thing, right?
this is right after you left the Outlaws
Gotcha.
Refuge. Between that and then the party that's going to happen at the end of the day.
Okay, so he's there with Jorgen, whatever his name is.
Elira and Jormungandr. Yeah, Jormungandr is currently sitting in the back of the shop, just fiddling with the machine, like the globe thing.
What are your thoughts on Jormungandr? Do you think he's going to be useful?
As for intelligence, he's not the brightest in the bunch, but he does possess some similarities to the device itself. I've noticed that the scales on his body seem to be what makes up the device. They were melted down, it seems, and casted into this object before being enchanted. Maybe his scales could show us a clue as to how to cipher it.
Interesting. Um, any news on any of the other fronts that I have you working forward?
Which would be, please refresh me.
The Dark Mage tattoo, the power of the scalpel, the wand of destroying the eye. That should be. I should get rid of that. I don't need that anymore.
So just the tattoo and the scalpel?
Tattoo, the scalpel. He's got. Oh, that's quest type items. Items with other characters. He's also got the Notes of the Mad Scientist, the Multiverse Astral Device.
Which the notes and the astral device are tied together, which is what Jormungand
Okay,
is
gotcha.
doing right now. The scalpel is tied to the tattoo, which he has not made any progress on yet. No.
Okay.
To be fair, it's
Uh,
been 10 minutes since you left.
Oh, well.
Remember? Hasn't really had time work on the tattoo stuff because that happened yesterday for him.
What do you mean?
Right.
Is he not done
Sorry,
yet? He's had a whole
it's
10
over
minutes.
over a month in actual time, so it's
Yeah.
trying to remember what.
Yes, of course. Which is
Uh,
just why I'm saying, yeah, there will be progress. Just doesn't really make sense because
Gotcha.
10 minutes ago you fucking
Oh,
just
yeah,
went down to
just
do the
forgot
Outlaws
about-
Refuge. But no, yeah, it's that is still in the noggin. Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you said stuff you had to do, I was like the astral device, and there should be like the tattoo, but that should be about it, right? There shouldn't be anything else. With the tattoo, wouldn't be any progress made yet because you
Another
just
thing,
learned
because
about
I've left so many things with him, and it's like again, it's been so long. So
that. Yeah. A lot of the things you've left with them have already been solved. Like the eye was handled, and other shit like that.
I'm hoping you actually say it because I keep thinking you forget about it.
What?
The cursed tombs ring that turned into a key.
Yes, that's for the sanctuary. I didn't. I mean, the monastery. I've said that multiple times, haven't I not?
Oh, there's something attached to the monastery. Well, you said you hadn't forgotten about it, but it was coming up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
so-
I figured that was. I come on, I figured that was clear, right? The monastery. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes.
And then I would like to do some shopping.
All right. What are you looking to buy? What you boy?
Something like Atlan bought the Bloodwell vial. I think it is the sorcerer version of what it is.
Yeah, it is.
What's the rarity?
It's very rare.
Very rare. Okay. He got lucky. He rolled in that 20. Well, I don't think it's gonna happen twice. Lowest roll. Oh wow! It happened twice. It rolled in that 20. Wow. Okay. Hush my fucking mouth. You find it.
Sweet.
That is going to be 800 and 800 gold. No. That is 1 second. Let me check my list. I'm an idiot. I should just check it. Forget because it has specifics. Okay, so increased to stats are it's straight 1,000. It's 1K exactly.
Oh. Okie dokes.
All right. You want to put a down payment on it, or do you want to buy it outright?
I'm buying it outright.
All right. Costs 1,000 gold, and you get the blood vial.
Okay. Was there anything else that I want to buy? Do I have still? Where's my potions at? Can I snag?
My dogs are barking again. I'm gonna fucking go. I'll be right back.
All right. What else would be good for me?
There was so much cool shit to buy, but I don't have money.
Yeah, you know a lot more about that kind of stuff than I do.
I mean, I've played on a
I've-
couple of West Marches, and at that point, you learn what is good for power gaming, even if you don't want to.
I've hoarded my money, so
I mean, yeah. It's just I haven't had
Mm.
much chance to hoard anything actually,
yeah.
and I spent it all the first session I was here in the stand-in session and got the book.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we didn't actually get any money for that last fight. We didn't really get other than that crown.
Well, it was all cursed.
Are we
It was-
talking about who do we think should get it? Is it just Gato, you're just gonna keep it, or are we gonna roll to see who gets it? or
Okay.
How's
Yeah,
that gonna work?
didn't know it because when he gave us information about the crown, because it was basically something we can pretty much pass around, I believe. It's just whoever wears it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
I
I
don't know
guess
if
if we all
anything-
want to, yeah,
I don't
that's
know
actually
if
not a bad
anything-
idea.
So I don't know
We
if
actually
anything's
want to
going
each.
to with
Yeah, I was gonna say if we each want to create rooms for it, then we can just pass the crown around. That's true.
It's kind of like a room of requirements. But since it's such a huge area, I'm thinking we could use it kind of like the Bastion mechanic in 2024, where because it's our home fortress, it is basically a bastion. So you can like get the different areas that you want.
So what I was gonna have you guys all do is just go on. I'm gonna post an AI image maker that it's really good, and I'm just gonna have all of you guys custom make images. Like tell the AI what you guys want your rooms to look like. Then just send me the image that it makes, and then I'm just gonna put them all together with a center room, and you'll have a new home base essentially. So
Oh yeah, great.
we no longer will have this whole stupid white rooms across the tavern. I can get rid of this dumb map. I can get rid of this stupid little crossway shit, and we can have an actual nice, separate thing. So we no longer have to be looking at everything on the fucking map all the time. We can have like a home base, and then whenever we go into town, we can come back to town. We can come back to Tristram and shit, rather than always being here. I'm kind of sick of always being here.
A place we were never supposed to really come back to.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole town was meant to die in my envision for the story. This whole place was supposed to die while y'all were out, like doing shit. But then I forgot that the ability of the way shrine system would give you the ability to come back to it at the click of your fingers. Which
And then we just stayed.
makes
Then
sense.
they just stayed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Diablo.
Yeah, so it makes sense because it's Diablo. It's the whole mechanic. But yeah, it didn't really ping in my mind. I'm an idiot. It's just my fault. That's on me. But yeah, so Vadagar, you buy that. What else are you doing?
I would like to buy. See if I can buy. Where is it? I need a. My fucking app doesn't tell me the rarity of it. Give me a second.
What weapon is it? Or what is it?
It's Boots of Haste.
Boots of Haste is a rare, I think.
Very rare.
It's a very rare. Oh yeah, true. Because it's
All right.
charged.
Lightning doesn't strike 3 times, does it? Oh my god, it does! Another nat 20.
Really, the laughter is like it's just like you guys can have it. But
I'm not even kidding. No, that's the third time that I've rolled a nat 20.
Your dice pity us for putting us through all that combat.
All right. What's the item's details? What kind of item is it?
It's a pair of boots that grant me haste.
So it's a permanent increase to your speed.
No, I
No,
have to
activate.
activate it. It can be used once a day
Okay.
as a bonus action.
750.
And you don't get the missed
Lethargy
round.
once it's gone.
Yeah, 750.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Who else?
God damn.
No, what is that?
That's the first time that's ever happened.
You've rolled 3 nat 20s back to back before.
No,
can
but I mean
guarantee
in
you
the
that.
shop. I mean, this is the first time this has happened in the shop. Because I'm rolling 5 dice each time, and I either take the lowest number, or if there's a natural 20, I have to take the natural 20. It's the system I've created. So if there wasn't a natural 20, you would have been taking a 4. But of course,
Of course, there was a natural 20.
exactly. 3 of them now. So I rolled 15 dice, and in all 15 of those dice, each time there's been 1 natural 20. That's still crazy odds.
That's still crazy odds, but it makes the odds considerably less
Yeah.
than if it was just 3 dice and 3
Yeah,
20s.
yeah, of course.
I
Like,
mean,
it
if you're
lessens the
rolling, if
odds
you're
by a
rolling 5
lot.
dice, there's a 1 in 4 chance you're gonna roll a 20.
Yeah.
Is that actually how those odds work? I don't think they stack like that, do they? Like,
I mean,
If you're ignoring all other rolls, if there's a 20, yeah.
yeah. That is, yeah.
I forget. how
Because
statistics works.
it's just because 20 divided by 4 is 5. So
5 rolls is a 1 in 4 chance.
yeah. So it ain't
Uh,
it's a 1 in 4. It's a 1 in 4D. No, 1 in 16, and then it's a 1 in.
I just remember watching a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing and remembering that statistics are a lot more complex than you actually think they are. Like flipping a coin is not actually a 50-50 chance. In reality, it's like different. I
Right.
forget. So yeah, so just like my mind was like, I don't think that's actually like how statistics works. It's like I don't think
That
actually.
that depends, because there's stacking statistics and then there's flat statistics, and the stacking ones are much different. Because
Yeah, I don't know.
when you roll a dice, if you roll a d6, there's a 1 in 6 chance that you get every roll. But if you then take away the roll you got, there's suddenly a 1 in 5 and a 1 in 4 and a 1 in 3, and eventually you're guaranteed to get it. That's not how dice work, though. So the odds are still
Right,
pretty
it's still
low.
random, but if you wanted to
Yeah.
roughly estimate, if you're rolling 5 dice, and if you get 120, it's a 20.
It's just I've
You're
rolled.
roughly at about a 25% chance to get a
Yeah,
20 or like a high number.
yeah. It's just I've rolled these 5 for like very rare items before, and I don't think there's been a single time where you guys have found them. I'm pretty sure every single time you guys have looked for a very rare item, it's
I mean,
always failed.
that's absolutely
Didn't I
possible.
Well,
Maybe
didn't
it's
I
always
roll a
been
nat
a.
20
times
on
I
the
never
first
get ahead.
time?
I was gonna say it's always been like you fail, but it's easier the next time you look for it.
Yeah,
I think it took me like 3 or 4 times to get my robe.
yeah, but like this time, holy shit, 3 natural 20s back to back to back. That's insane.
Yeah, well then,
Yeah,
what about can I look for a potion of supreme healing?
Sure, fuck it, why not? Let the dice roll, right? That's what they say in Vegas. Sadly, if that was the case, you would have gone bankrupt. Lowest roll this time is a 12, which means you do not find it.
What about adding a d6 from Zephyr?
That's not how the shop works.
Okay. All right. What about superior healing?
That is a rare, right?
Rare.
Yeah, it's just 2 dice. Wow. With 2 dice, the lower one was still 7. Sadly, no.
Okay.
This is the
I will
makeup.
pick up 2.
This is the makeup for all the fucking natural 20s.
Yeah, that's right. I will just buy 2 regular potions of greater healing. How much does that cost?
They are uncommon, so I believe they are 150 apiece.
Minus 300. What? Plus 2.
Okay.
Oh, he was looking at something else too. Is that the thing that he was looking at too is about Sarah Shineburst, the hag, about how to try to reverse what he's done to her.
Oh, that's all tied to the multiversal device, though, too. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, that all has to do with figuring out that shit, and his notes, of course, too. That's all. Yeah, it's all tied to the same circle.
Mm.
We're probably not going to actually have
And
time
then-
this session to actually get into the party. We'll probably just leave the party entirely for next session because we're already at
Well, that's what you said was going to happen, isn't it?
I was gonna start it, like have like everyone like everyone like shows up and like we start discussing it, but we're not gonna probably have time. So
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'd rather not stop in the middle of something anyway. It's better to start
that's fine.
fresh at something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Damn it, there was something last session that I really wanted to spend my downtime. Oh yeah. So that's all I want to do at Thaddeus' shop. I'm done
All right,
there.
so you have 3 slots left.
Okay. I want to learn. I want to try and acquire a taunt skill.
A taunt skill. What do you mean?
Yes.
Like
So
vicious mockery?
just like a typical tank, where taunt, like you taunt someone, they roll a saving throw of something, whether it's I guess charisma based, because I guess taunting would be like intimidation or something like that, either charisma or intelligence. And then if they fail, they are forced to attack me.
Wisdom. That'd be
So
wisdom.
kind of like, yeah, exactly. So kind of like the spell compelled duel, but not actually compelled duel.
Oh wait, hold on. That could be a good grounds for what you
There
would.
is a spell compelled duel that forces you into a 1v1. It does break the second someone else interferes, though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a taunt, even if it's just a 1-round taunt.
Let's go talk to Brute. You think maybe the magical dwarven craftsman might be able to help you. As you make your way over to Brood, the stranger is no longer here. Get rid of him. Put him elsewhere, wherever he is now. Let's say he's over there. All right. So you enter into Brood's blacksmith. You see him in the very opposite side of the forge, working hard with the steel. As he doesn't notice you enter like normal. As you approach, you get his attention. What do you say? Better?
We can't hear you if you're talking.
Oh, sorry. I muted because I was coughing. Working hard on something there, Brood.
Vadagar. Good to see you, buddy. He comes walking over. He drops what he's doing. He's like, whoa,
You as well.
oh, always can help a fellow like you. What you looking for?
I'm been noticing that in combat, even no matter what I seem to do to try and aggravate and gain the attention of enemies, they tend to go after my allies instead. I want something to make it. I'm looking for a way to get them to really focus on me, at least for a time.
Hmm. So something to get all eyes on you, huh? Let me
Yeah.
think. That belt of yours. You think maybe I could fiddle with it?
Wait, do I have a belt?
Yeah, your character has a belt on, but I don't think you have like an inventory.
Okay, yeah,
belt.
not like an item belt.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just a belt.
Sure. Then I'll take it off and pass it to him.
You hand it over to him, and he's like, I've been meaning to find a way to use the rest of the scraps and pieces from that feller engineer. He used up his core and some other pieces to fix up some items for some other the folk, but I still had his waistband. I've been thinking of what to do with it, and I think this might be a good opportunity. He walks over and he grabs a big gem, about orange and yellow in color, and he walks over and he grabs the waist belt of engineer, and he throws all of the stuff together. Before he throws the stone in, he takes a little tool and he carves a rune into the surface of the stone, and he imbues a little bit of his magic into it, and he throws everything onto the table, and then he taking his magic, he grabs on to using his magic, he grabs the top of the device, and like usual, he brings everything down, and like a fucking force of nature, a big circle cylinder piece of metal as the same size of the table comes slamming down. It hits everything at once, melting it all instantly. It all begins to compact and gather together underneath the force and the heat of this giant cylinder. As he lets go and it goes flying back up, you see all of the material just a blob on the canvas, essentially, as he begins to turn cranks and knobs, as different pieces of the canvas begin to move around, shaping and morphing everything into place as it turns back into the shape of a belt. As it slowly begins to cool, you see the gem roll essentially into place, stopping and then fixing. As it all begins to cool, you see the belt come back into view as he grabs it with his bare hands and dips it into the oil, quenching it. You see the oil sizzling off, the steam coming up as he pulls the belt out, and he holds it up to you pretty gladly as he says, "I think this'll do your trick. I've taken a Luma stone, same kind of thing that lights my pack here," and he points to the lantern on his back. And I've engraved it with a little bit of magic and put it into your belt here. Now, whenever you slap this baby here as a bonus action, it'll activate, it'll shine bright light up to 30 feet, and any creature within 60 feet of you that sees you will have to make a check. The check is a 18 wisdom. If they fail, they
Feet or 60 feet?
the bright light emanates 30 feet, but the effect is 60 feet.
All right.
And any creature that can see you has to make a wisdom save, 18. If they fail, they fixate their eyes on you.
Okay. And then out of character, just for future, while they fixate their eyes on me, is that
That
so?
causes
If they
them.
fail, they are going to attack.
Yes, that makes them. They
Okay.
they
Yeah,
lock
yeah.
onto
Gotcha.
you. They fixate. They fixate on you.
Gotcha. How long does that last? That effect lasts just one turn, or?
Let's say the light turns off after 30 seconds, so that would be 5 turns.
Oof. I don't know if I'd be okay taking one of your monsters for an entire fucking.
You can
like,
deactivate it as a free
5
action.
turns.
You can deactivate it as a free
Oh.
action.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
deactivate it
gonna
as a
say,
free
like,
action.
yeah, like I only have 88 HP. Like I'm not.
Hey, you want to be the tank, man? Be the tank, man.
Well, it's true. I mean, I also have resistance to everything when my fucking demonic or my
Yeah,
aura's
exactly.
up or whatever it is.
Exactly. So.
But
How to be a barbarian without actually be a barbarian.
Yeah. So.
how to be a dwarven barbarian as a sorcerer.
And it
Yeah,
has
exactly.
it has 3 charges per day. It regains all 3 daily at dawn.
Now, in the future, is there ways to upgrade the DC? Because I find the static DCs tend to go very they underpower very quickly. Like if you look at Zephyr's DC 14,
I said it's
Garothra's DC 14.
I gave yours an 18.
Yeah, but will it strengthen as time goes on? Like, is there ways to strengthen it?
Yeah, you can always bring the belt back and get it improved in Act 2. Sure.
Okay. Yes, yeah. It does because it doesn't go with my DC.
Yeah. That's fine. Sure. All right. Same thing with that with Zephyrs and Garothras. If you want to work on increasing their DCs, you can also do so.
Gotcha. Okay. And there is something. So I'm guessing crafting that takes up one time slot.
Yep, that's 1 slot, so you have 2 left.
Okay. So what do I call this thing?
Belt of Look at Me.
Dwarven belt.
Dwarven Belt of Look at Me, correct.
I mean, I feel like canonically it should be singing "Take on Me" by Aha the whole time.
And then adventuring gear, and you said okay, as a bonus action, emit 30 feet of light.
Oh, you can
Okay,
choose.
so while I
You
write
can
this down-
choose. You can choose the. You can tell the belt what creatures to ignore. So your allies can be ignored, obviously.
Why am I getting the picture of Iron from solo leveling?
Because I've been watching a lot of solo leveling. You got me, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. Okay, I didn't think anyone else
No,
here watched that.
that's just what I was thinking that originally too. To be honest with you.
I'm glad you. I'm glad we're thinking the same way.
The other thing I want to do is I'm going to ask him to take a look at my winged boots, and ask them. I want them to be. You know how like. See if he can reshape them into. You know how like people have like the bicep tattoo type things.
Mm-hmm.
Reshape them into like a band that goes around, almost kind of like Muay Thai fighters have those bands.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like,
That's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just say you can do that within the same shopping slot, so don't worry about that. Yeah,
Oh, can I?
It's not changing.
Okay.
You're not changing
yeah.
any effect. You're just reflavoring it, right? That's it. Yeah,
reforming it so.
Yeah,
that it's
reflavoring
no
is
longer
always
their
free.
boot.
Yeah, reflavoring is always free. If it's the same effect, you're not increasing it or anything. You can always do something like that instantly. So yeah. So he takes them from you. He does the same thing. He presses the machine and he gives them back to you now.
Perfect. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about having 2 pairs of boots. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
thanks,
I allow stacking of things anyway. No attunement limits anyway. So yeah, if that was you're just looking to be able to get another pair of boots. Yeah,
I'm wearing boots on boots, baby.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, let me. Do you want to go on ahead with Godak and come back for my last 2 slots, just so I don't waste time sitting here typing this up?
I mean, Godak, you ready for your downtime?
I can give you 2 extra minutes if you want. Laughter, if you'll allow, Atlan also would have on his downtime commissioned a statue of Straw to be built and erected to put outside the tavern.
Oh, I was already doing that with Tyrael was already planning that, so perfect.
All right, yeah, we would collaborate then.
Yep, perfect.
And get Gwen's permission, of course.
All right.
Sorry, Godak, go ahead.
Godex,
Okay.
so what do you want to do?
So, first thing I want to do is go shop for some things.
Okay, who are you going to? Thaddeus or Brood?
I guess most of these things are probably be magic items, sort of, so it'd probably be Thaddeus.
Okay, you had Thaddeus. What are you looking to buy? What's your
Uh,
boy?
first thing I'm looking for is a pair of winged boots, and they're uncommon.
You find them instantly for 250. Yep.
Minus 50. Next thing I'm looking for is a stone of luck, and it's also uncommon.
That one is 150, and you find it once again instantly.
Alright, so next
What?
thing I'm looking for is going to be a very rare, and it's going to be a staff of fire.
All right, let's see if you get lucky. Sadly not. Lowest roll being a 4 with no natural 20s. You do not find it.
Next thing I was going to look for is a ring of shooting stars, and that's very rare as well.
Okay. Another roll skis. That one is a natural 1. So both of those items, next time you look for them, will be easier to find, but you do not find them this time.
Okay, and the last thing I was kind of looking for is a called a life well tattoo, and that's very rare as well.
That too. Getting some
Um,
ink.
Come on, my dice roller froze. That's another natural 20.
Alright, nice.
All right,
That's probably one of the.
Some of those tattoos are pretty sweet, Vadigar.
yeah, all right, Godak. He looks at you and he says, I can give you that tattoo," and he gives the tattoo for you. It costs 1,000 gold.
Okay.
He carves the tattoo. Where do you want the tattoo placed?
Uh, Probably just on the forearm or something.
All right, he puts it on your bicep.
And that life well tattoo gives me resistance to necrotic damage and life ward. When I would drop to 0 hit points, I drop to 1 hit point instead. Once used, this property can't be used again until next dawn.
All right. What else you doing?
Think that's, well, as far as shopping, that's pretty much
Okay.
it.
So you have 3 slots
So
left.
I've wanted to train my dexterity, I guess, with my last 3 slots.
Okay. So dexterity and a skill in dexterity.
Alright, so that'll be, let's see, which one, let me look at my training notes. What was I working on with my dex? I think I was working on, looks like I was doing sleight of hand. So I'll go ahead and, yeah, dex, obviously, and then sleight of hand.
3 dex and 3 sleight of hand.
So it's just a 20. Unfortunately, I have a -1 right now, so Here's my dex rolls. Make sure, did I? Yeah. 7, 8, and it looks like a 9, I believe.
You just rolled a 789. That's hilarious.
Why was 7 afraid of 9?
789.
Sorry, what was yeah. I
Yeah.
fucked that up.
Yeah.
What was 6
You
afraid of
messed up.
7? Yeah. It was the I fucked it up.
You
I was
lose a
looking at
funny die. You lose a funny die for that.
Bro, I'm not gonna
I
even
remember
lie.
that.
Fucking Xerix in my Saturday campaign, he's still been behaving very well, which I want to mention. Great job, Xerix.
Oh, that's
Love
great.
You. Love
Great.
you for that. But oh my god, has he been cringe, making me fuck? He's been doing bad jokes on purpose to attempt to earn funny dice. And I remember telling all of you guys, but I told them too that originally my plan for the funny dice system was if you made a bad joke, everyone else suffers from a cringe dice, which their next attack or action is at disadvantage because they're cringing from your joke. And I was contemplating bringing it back just because of him. But
I remember
Psychic
you
damage.
explaining
It's
that rule.
psychic
I remember
damage.
yes. Yeah, I remember it was either psychic damage or it was disadvantage, something like that. But yeah.
That's a bit better.
So yeah.
And here are my rolls for sleight of hand. So that's 16, 17, and a 10.
The 16 and 17, I'll give you 0.2 for both of those.
That's for my sleight of hand.
All right. And with that, we wrap up Godak's his downtime. Vadagar, your last 2 slots.
Okay. Pull this back up. That written in. Damn, it was so. Whoa, actually, I was nowhere near getting transmute. 8 out of 20. Shit. Did you've never sent us information on what our sparks do, right?
You will not know yet. You have to work towards
Okay.
getting them, actually turning them to fires. They're currently just sparks.
No. Okay, so I want to kind of like go somewhere in solitude, and I want to try to focus on that power because it's the same
this is
power that I felt within me from
this
the
is
golden god lady, which was the same power that I channeled in this guy's mental plane. So I want to see if I can, using that familiarity, try to focus on this spark.
Right now the spark is too, like I said, it's just embers. They're too weak right now for you to really focus in on them to figure out what they do. You have to, it's actions, what you do in the campaign, in Act 2. Right now, like I said, like this is like I'm setting up Act 2 with most of what I'm doing right now. So the sparks, Kingsport, the thing for the cleric, all this shit, the Gorb going to Condoris. I'm setting up, like the reasons why you guys will venture out into the lands after Act 1. So like, don't worry about the sparks right now. Like I said, that's all it's set up for Act 2.
Now, I forgot that I was going to do this. I don't know if it would have taken a downtime slot, but I was going to bring Emmy to the manor to refill my mana potion.
You guys have to all do that as a group, and if you want to do that, we'll just say you all do that. Anyone who emptied their mana potion, refill it now.
So we can do that?
Yes, just everyone who refill with the down, yeah, with the long rest. Like Emmy, give yourself that long rest again. Everyone long rest.
I did it, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone refill their mana potions if they have.
And then Emmy, so the mana potion we got from like this mana pool outside of a manor. And we go back there from time to time to replenish them.
I'll show the
So
scene.
you now get a magic restoration potion, which would, when drank, replenishes all your spell slots.
Oh, my dumb.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
My dumbass.
I got that.
Yeah. My dumbass didn't. My dumbass didn't keep that scene saved, so I can't even show it. So.
That's fine. I didn't need it to be brought back there. It was just gonna be like a quick in-out type thing.
But yeah, you guys all refill. You're good. All right.
Well, Emmy's never had one, so that's why I wanted to make sure.
Emmy's good. No, Emmy has one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We went there. Yeah, we went there with Xerix.
Oh, it's Nessa that wouldn't have had one, but she doesn't need it anyway.
Correct. Yeah, they're not a magic user.
Oh no, the fighter doesn't have a mana potion. Anyways.
Yeah. So with your last 2 slots, so we can wrap up because I wanna get food ordered. What is the plan?
I'm going to. Okay, well, I'll do something quick then, because there was something else that I wanted to do, but it would probably take more time. I will just study my. I will practice my dexterity as well.
All right, 2 dex rolls and 2 skills and dex, man.
Okay. Skills and dexterity. What is that? Stealth, sleight of hand, acrobatics. Those are the only ones, right?
Man, I don't know. I'm not pulling it up.
Acrobatic,
Acrobatics, stealth,
sleight,
and sleight of
and
hand. I
stealth.
think.
Yep, the only 3.
There you go.
All right. I will just. I will do some sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'll just practice moving more quickly, being able to like be more dexterous, switching weapons quicker.
Okay. Perfect.
Just trying to move quicker. Yeah.
2 rolls in each.
Is it at 4 rolls for each section of downtime?
No, one downtime is 1 roll. So
Oh, right. So when you spend the whole day, you get 4 rolls.
you get 4. Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine it with 4 rolls. I would have had
Oh,
30
magical
hit written
guidance,
already.
Zephyr.
I'd be dead.
Yeah.
You would have found a way
Nat
to
20.
kill me by now. Oh, nat 20? Oh,
Nat
damn.
20. And keep in mind, my dexterity is at 9, so my modifier is -1.
So, hold on. I'm just waiting for the roll to show up. It's not refreshed. There we go. Natural 20, and the other is a 7. So the natural 20 will give you 0.6.
Okay, dexterity.
And now for the sleight.
0.6, you said?
Yeah, now for the sleight of hands.
No, that's just my magical guidance. That's 1 roll.
Oh, that's just 1 roll? Okay, then yeah, points.
Yeah.
And that being the case, 0.4. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I
So,
thought-
okay, so my thing's a 9, and it's a 0.4 with a nat 20?
yes, I was giving you 0.6 because I thought you got nothing else on your other one too, and I was just trying to be nice. But yeah, 0.4 since I knew you have another
Okay,
roll.
so 0.4 for the. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And then. This is. Oh, and what did I get towards sleight of hand for that?
You roll sleight of hand as well. You have to roll. You roll 2 of each.
Oh, okay, so 2 rolls of each. Gotcha.
That's probably why you were thinking you get 4 for each, is because you get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Well, because normally when you're training something, you get every time you roll either stat, you get to. But I've been training like abilities, I guess, so it's a little different. It's a 17 plus the Zephyr's D6, so 23, and I have a 0 modifier in it.
0.3.
3. So I'm just gonna put this right under dexterity.
And then for your 2 sleight of hands.
Oh, that was for the dexterity. I thought that was for the sleight of hand.
I thought you were rolling dexterity first and then sleight of hand.
I was rolling 1, 1, 1, 1. But either way, I mean.
Oh, okay.
So I'm rolling 1 time slot, then the second time slot.
Okay,
so
then yes, that was your first one was your dexterity, second one was your sleight of hand, and now another dexterity and another sleight of hand. Okay, got it.
yeah. I don't know why I put 2 d6s in there, but it is another nat 20 regardless for dexterity.
God damn. Okay, take another 0.4. And then one more sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That is a 10.
Nothing for that one.
Okay, dokes.
All right. With that, we wrap up another day's session. So, I hope everyone at home watching the recording has enjoyed. As always, I've been your host, the D&D Orphan. If you did enjoy and you like the new overlay, please make sure to drop a like, a comment, and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And everyone, say goodbye to all the lovely viewers at home.
Bye.
All right. And with that,
Thanks, Orphan.
we will see all of you next Sunday. So peace out, guys.